when he would do stuff. That's what kept me. I'm like, yo, man, these cats playing records. They're playing records. Jazzy Jeff was playing some records.
Yeah, Jeff was going in.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
So,
we lost one. That's what it is.
So nah, man. But
who's your favorite DJ?
My favorite DJ ever? Rob Swift.
Really?
Oh, I love
Hey,
nice.
I love
I'm
Rob
up in
Swift.
the chair with show me some love for that one.
Yeah, my favorite's probably Rob Swift. I would go with him number one.
You better say that.
Who's yours?
I would say Rob Swift. You know who talk large, bro?
There you go.
Rob Swift.
Tell him what?
Got a fucking DJ.
Yeah. Like me and Joe, like my boy Joe Tice. I became a better DJ by being around him. My man Joe Tice was a real dope DJ when we was in high school, like cutting, juggling, and all that. I couldn't do none of that stuff. I just knew how to blend and cut and scratch a little bit. Being around him, I stepped my game up. But when I was with him, we would watch. He had this video of the Executioners versus Invisible Scratch Business.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
They had this one part in where Rob Swift would do this routine of War, Funky for You. Oh my God. I just watched it over and over again like, yo, this dude is amazing. The juggle routine he would do with that. And my man Joe Tice, this guy was Mr. Sin. He loved Sinister.
So he was.
Yeah, but like that's
so he was learning all them tricks the same way.
My man Joe Tice, like a lot of cats don't know, like he's a phenomenal fucking DJ. Like cutting and juggling and all that. Joe Tice, like even just in the area that we're from, the South Suburb, Joe Tice was that dude for us. Like all the up and coming DJs, it was Joe Tice. That was the one. Yeah, man, it was him, and it was another dude in their group. Simple Thieves, another dude named Walter. This cat Walter. He was so cold with it, so nonchalant. Like he was just a natural. Like he could do tricks coming out of his shirt, putting on his shirt, got a towel over his head,
blindfolded.
Yeah, man, just all kind of like that was my first time seeing it up front when I would go to Joe Tice when we practicing with him and Walter. Like they were doing shit. I'm like, yo, I gotta step my shit up. I can't do none of this. You know what I'm saying? But because of them, I learned it. But it was watching them, and of course, like I said, for sure, Rob Swift is definitely my favorite DJ.
So what do you think is the difference now? Like, what do you think was the reason why the DJing, along with everything else, like music on the radio's no longer breaking records? Mm-hmm. Like, what would you attribute that whole transition to, or why this whole movement switched and turned into something else?
For me, it's I really want to say I really give it to how accessible everything is. Anybody can DJ. Anybody can make music. Like. It's not even a hustle to even get equipment or to even learn this stuff anymore. Like, let's just be honest. Like, if you pull up like that controller, you pull up Serato, for one, when they first came out with Scratch Live, it wasn't showing like BPMs and everything. You had waves, but it wouldn't show everything. Anybody, and this is not me hating against technology or anybody who wants to use Serato. I keep putting it out there, so just so you want to say, yo, he's a hater.
No, you can say they whack. It's okay.
But it's easy. Anybody can do it. Anybody
rudimentary.
Anybody.
So it doesn't take a skill.
There's no skill.
There's production too. If you get Fruity Loops, you can see where you land the drums and everywhere.
And the fact that now, like you have these sample packs.
Right.
You can buy a sample pack where somebody has already picked the samples
and broke them down for you and picked the part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like you're not even listen to the record to even find out where it's come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
yeah.
If I buy this record right here, Personal Revolution. If I buy this and I open it up, what do I see right here? Credits.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sign that says credits on the record.
Yeah.
Produced, composed, arranged by Prince and the Revolution. Engineered by Susan Rogers, Prince, David Leonard, Peggy Mack.
So if you like the quality, you know where to go.
But that's what we used to do is digging for records.
But
even just as a listener.
But this is the thesis of everything you need to know to learn about music, to learn about something else. Yeah. The name on here, Peggy Mack. If I say Peggy Mack, I'm like, who the hell is Peggy Mack? Okay. She was engineer for Van Halen.
There you go.
And there's the connection.
Toto. She's the one who, David Leonard is the person who was engineering Sheena Easton record. Was like, hey, Sheena, you want a Prince song? Let me call my wife Peggy. Hey Peggy, tell Prince she needs to want a song. Oh, okay,
And
cool.
that's how that started.
Send over Sugar Walls,
Wow.
her first hit.
Wow.
That's history. So if you send me a file, hey Fifth, I'm about to send you this new Kenny Keys produced with Jill Scott.
Yeah.
It's just in the cloud. What do I have to hold
How
to say?
how do you learn about the song?
You can't.
Yeah, there's no place that's
You can't.
presented anymore.
The record that Kenny say it was engineered by, let's just say Ron Hightower. How would I know that if I don't have anything to hold in my hand physical to say this? Let me see that Michael Jackson record real quick. Another example. Look at the credits on here. Who's writing on here? Okay, you got Gene Page, arranger. Who's Gene Page? That's Barry White, right-hand man. How would you know that? So now, if you get this record, you see Gene Page. Man, let me go look up Gene Page records.
Now
You pick up a Gene Page record.
Yeah.
Who's on the back of Gene Page record? Man, let me see. Who's engineering this shit? Oh, let me see who's engineering that. They might be engineering the Isley Brothers record. But you have something to hold.
And that's how you start connecting to other things that you want to
That's
listen
the
to.
science of digging.
Exactly.
That's how you connect the dots.
Mhm.
And that's not even something that you're told. You
It's
just
just something
learn
you
that.
do.
Just learn.
Yeah.
If you go on the record stores, you dig into records, you start seeing names over and over again. Start seeing Ron Carter, Bob James, Hubert Law, the Laws family, Hubert Laws, Deborah Laws, Ronnie Laws. Like, man, all these laws, they gotta be related somehow.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You got something like that, like
It's similar to comic book collecting. You know, if you followed a certain
Listen.
artist or
Then
illustrator.
you come into other. You might go from
then you go
DC to
into-
Marvel.
because
End up in Image.
listen, like when we saw the Thunderbolts, me and my son talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, even before Thunderbolts, when we saw the Spider-Man going to the
No Way
multiverse,
Home. Yeah.
and I said, when we got done watching, we loved. I said, Marvel's infinite for now, forever. He said, how? I says, they've opened up a portal that can never close now. There is so many
Right.
different times. There's stuff going on everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's X-Men
Yeah.
stuff going on
Yeah,
over
right.
here. There's
right.
Avenger stuff going on
Right,
over here.
right,
There's
right.
Defender stuff going on.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four
Force,
stuff going.
yeah.
There's stuff going on everywhere.
Non-stop.
So now you can bring, because he was like tripping, like, why did he bring in Robert Downey Jr.? And I said, it's the multiverse. He's somebody else somewhere else.
Yeah.
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 You know what I'm saying? I said they've already kind of alluded to the Spider-Man thing when at the end when somebody said something about it ain't a black, it got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere. I'm like,
Right. Yeah.
that's just the thing. I'm like, yo,
Here it comes.
Miles Morales is gonna be
Yeah,
around
he's
the corner
showing up.
soon.
Oh, he
showing up
coming
soon.
soon.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a Spider-Man when they showed it, and then in the cartoon. The Spider-Man's everywhere, all doing all kind of different shit.
Mhm.
It could be a dolphin Spider-Man. We don't know. You know what I'm
But
saying?
we know they got Spider Pig.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying?
true.
But it's like, man, but that's something where if you're not into it,
You're
wouldn't
not
know.
going to learn that.
So
Right.
you're not just gonna learn about comic book stuff by just watching some movies. You gotta do,
You
a little
gotta
more
do the
digging.
digging.
You know what I'm saying? So with music, and it's not even just if you want to make beats, with music in general,
Yeah.
you have to do more than just what's at the surface level. You have to. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not a knock. Technology is dope. There's some cold people doing something with technology, but when somebody tells me they want to learn how to DJ and what program they should get, and I say, yo, you start with vinyl, and I get called an asshole, like
Yeah.
that doesn't even resonate.
So this new time that we're in.
You mean Timber punch you in the face land?
That shit right there. Oh my God.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah. What if he snatched one of your beats? What would
Oh,
you
he
do?
probably did. We just don't know.
Yeah,
it.
probably did.
Well, he hasn't, but there is a major artist that definitely took something of mine that ended up on a major record,
Yeesh.
and he did something else with the beat. He changed it up a bit, but the intro and all that, I'm like, yeah, this nigga done heard my shit.
So that's biting.
You know what I'm saying? But
That's theft.
That's
know what I'm
biting,
saying?
right?
Yeah, that's
I've heard this happened to Kenny Keys. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say who happened with him with, but it's a major record where they pretty much just jacked this whole
They
beat.
jacked this two
You know what I'm
records
saying?
I heard.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna say
One of
the
them
name.
one of the guys too.
Yeah, that's my peoples.
No, I mean for real. We
Yeah,
interviewed them before.
But
Well, anyway.
Damn. But it's just saying like that. It doesn't like Timbaland should
He
know
probably
better.
don't even know it.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about it. The artists probably don't even know what's going on.
But a part of that is because you erase the credits. Now you can't trace the source. You can't get back to the original. You can't get to the roots of it.
I mean,
Right.
they're just now starting to incorporate credits back, like on files. Like you can go on Apple Music and
I'm gonna call
you
it a
can
text.
pull up view credits. You can see credits and stuff now. But it's like that Timbaland shit. In a way, it's like he should know better. But it's like, I looked at it first, like he should know better. But then I was like, he comes from that culture because he was a ghost producer at one time when he was behind Devontae. It's stuff that Jodeci was stuff was going on. Timbaland was behind there. You know, he had Timbaland at one time.
And he didn't get any credit?
Nah. So even with like this, whatever AI shit he's doing, it's like, come on, Tim, like, you know better than that.
With the handoff.
You know better.
That's a good one. That was a
But see,
little
we at this
impressive.
point now, we was talking earlier about the fact that AI, for example, there's AI. What's his name? Flynn?
Flynn.
Flynn is going to school in Vienna for art. There's an AI that applied for a university, got accepted, and is now attending this school for a degree in art.
First,
how did this
before
work?
you jump into that, you gotta always look back at who's the Geppetto.
Right, yeah, that's what I want to know.
So continue.
Okay,
but
okay.
Think about who's the Geppetto for this, and what's
Because I'm thinking, like,
what's
what the fuck?
agenda? What's
Right.
the motive?
Is it a physical AI or
What do you
like
mean with physical AI?
how a motherfucker going to school?
Are you saying, right, the goddamn robot's job.
I mean, what? So AI registered to go to school, got student grants and loans and
So we
scholarships. and
We
shit?
got, that's what I'm saying. We
How
got
that
an
work?
AI in school. We got another AI
Many different
that's a
choices,
citizen of a
AI.
nation. So as a citizen of a nation, this AI now has the rights and benefits, which means you cannot unplug or turn off this AI, disconnect it or erase it, because that would be considered murder of a citizen. So you got to see where we stepping into. We are stepping into
this
iRobot
AI
for real.
can go and get financial aid and work as a regular student. That's what I'm asking.
Well, that's what they're. So even though
What's AI's credit?
Yeah.
that's so.
And what are you trying to do in life?
Right.
What
What do you?
go?
So you got. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So no, put it together.
Wow.
Timbaland's over here. Timbaland's over here creating artificial artists, right? Artificial
signed.
artists that he signed over here, and AI is learning how to do art.
See, the biggest thing with the Timbaland thing that pisses me off, the big slap in the face is, man, there's great artists out right now, unsigned, that people
And have been
not
for
even-
years, and he ain't touched none of them.
Let me grab a record real quick.
But here's the jewel:
Unsigned.
Timbaland can steal your sound,
Right.
but he'd rather sign an AI.
Well, you got
You know
to
what?
look at it like this. There's no need for compensation.
So that's all wiped out.
It's
I
all
don't have to
bottom
worry
line. When
about.
it comes down to the bottom line, who do you pay for AI?
I ain't got to worry about.
No, but
points.
that's a good. So
I
that's
ain't
the
gotta worry
question. So
about
now
the
let's.
points.
So who do you pay up front and perpetually?
That's the question.
All right, but you're still stealing beats from other people.
No, I'm
That's
not.
a different side.
That's a whole different side of the coin.
He talking about just the AI side.
I get
Just the
that.
AI side.
But and now back to the AI at school. Is this AI paying for these classes? If not, why not?
So that's why I started. Who's Geppetto?
Yeah, what's going
Way
on?
to start.
What is the agenda? Is this school pushing this? Because that's a way to promote the school. Look at this, we got an AI in school.
Probably.
Once
You
it
know?
becomes normalcy, we won't have these discussions.
Yeah, because it.
Then
So
we're
we could
actually
have a
honoring-
half full of classrooms of humans and a half a class of AIs.
The movie iRobot
smart
was
little
19
AIs.
was not 19.
2000.
2035
That's a few
was
years.
iRobot,
Yeah.
Few years away.
and it was in Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah,
we in
Ironic.
the MCU and iRobot. Ooh.
yeah. That's
Terminator was like probably about 2019, 2020.
Yeah, we all
The
in
robots.
We all in the mix. We all in the mix.
But like when we talk about like Timbaland wants to sign the AI, it's this cat right here, Jerome Thomas. This cat from London.
Okay.
Timbaland probably can make classes with this guy. Reach out to somebody like this.
Seriously.
saying?
Seriously.
This cat right here, Hazel, and this cat T Fox. Nobody knows about this dude. But we're signing fake artists. While T Fox has like 800 followers.
And Cole, huh?
Amazing. Raphael Sadiq is doing stuff for him.
Oh, that's it. That's all you gotta say.
Hazel, I want to say he's from Toronto. I know he's in Melbourne, Australia right now, but he was doing the early Drake stuff. Phenomenal producer. This cat Kiefer.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So y'all are so focused on something that's artificial when we have pure talent right here that needs that push, that needs somebody just to grab them and say, hey man, hey world, I'm Timbaland. This is Kiefer.
Yeah.
What would that do for someone like Kiefer?
But what would that do for Timbaland, though? See, that's the real side of it that Timbaland's not even considering. What AI can't do for you, a real artist can.
So here's the thing. We all know the root is power.
And control.
Power, control, attention.
I think it's
Because-
ignorance.
I think it's power.
Partially, yeah.
Because for AI, whoever's Geppetto has absolute power.
And they
So
getting it.
if I'm Timbaland, hypothetically, and I want to work with Kiefer and all these other fools, you know, they might clips me. People might latch on to them more than me. My legacy might get displaced and fade away. It's power. But you dealing in the industry, you've kind of absorbed all of this power all of these years because you're in this ecosystem where it's subliminal now, and now you operating, you ain't of the people no more.
Let's call it what it is. It's colonization of art.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's colonization.
Stamp that. You better stamp it quick
and-
or they
and-
take
and
it.
that-
That's
that-
mine.
phrase.
That's been happening. It always, you know, hate to go to color, but it always happens with our art when it comes to black
It's going to
people.
always be us first.
Always. It's
Nah,
always.
fuck, I'm going to
Because
say
the-
racist shit all the time because these motherfuckers are blatant nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to defend our black art. Most of the time it's black art.
We can, but who's going to defend it? Like,
when you got
like the OGs aren't defending it. Like
I'm ready to
the
box.
only person that really defended it for us
Was
no longer
Prince.
here was Prince.
that was Prince.
Unfortunately, Prince and Michael Jackson.
Yep.
You know-
That's
you
why
know
they
why
died.
we
Those are the only
lose?
ones, and they labeled them crazy because they saw what was going on
And,
and was trying to like nah, like this
Which was the
shit can't
same
stay the
shit that
same.
Bono was saying.
But you know what? It's a parallel with black art and black culture. If we want to win, we got to be willing to officially build and destroy. We've already built it.
Yeah.
We have to completely allow it to be destroyed. So
Start
we
all
own
over.
it, because Prince was willing to sacrifice it all.
Yeah, he gave up his name and
How
the whole.
many other cats that's making millions, 7 figures, 8 figures are willing to sacrifice their whole joint so we could continue for 2 more millennia?
Well,
Nobody.
Nobody.
you know,
I mean,
it's too. And
anybody who picked up Prince baton, as far as being an advocate.
yeah, not in the open. We ain't hearing nothing right now.
ain't nobody gonna. And
They scared.
they scared. They scared.
And, I mean, that's
but-
why they
but-
did what they did.
Yeah. They scared, but Prince can do what he did because he built up that rapport. It's like we need him, but we don't need him. We need him because he makes money, but we don't need him telling everybody else to
He planted
your
the
masses.
seed because it would go beyond. It's always going to go beyond. Music is the common
Yeah.
denominator. We can
yeah.
communicate with it, but it goes to culture.
Yeah.
Prince will plant that seed, and now you got basketball players and
Doing it.
athletes like, you know what, man, we need our
We
own
need to
league.
control our shit. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Cube. Let me holler at Cube.
Yeah.
Right.
Big 3.
Big
Boom.
three.
And
You
I
know
feel
what
like
I'm
I feel like musically, Ye is trying to be that. He just got too much going on.
He got
Ye-
to sit still.
He's trying, but he's
Yes, it's still.
but he
Ye needs somebody to check him. That's the problem. Like even with somebody with that much power, you still need somebody to be honest with you and say,
yeah, and say
"You ain't right. Stop."
like pull
That's
back
why
right
Push
there.
But it
ain't
gotta be
fucking with him
somebody you
because
respect.
Push through
Somebody
the
you respect.
music.
Yeah.
Push through the music
And that was
with
his
him,
mama, probably.
but he wasn't really
Yeah.
talking to him like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then see the respect level when no one was there to talk to him. I see what you're saying about the Ye shit.
I'm
But
talking about in terms of what his intention is with the music.
rebellious. The music approach is rebellious, but everything else is kind of fuck up his whole.
That's
Like
but he was trying to go there.
Yeah.
But he does. You're right, cause the spirit of Prince is in Ye, because Kanye is absolutely free.
About
His
all
music
that,
is
yeah.
fully freedom, and he's from the underground.
And I
We
like
all
his
from the
new
same
music that he
cloth.
just dropped, them 3 joints.
The bully joint. I honestly like. I don't know. I know I haven't went through it, but like the past few projects he dropped, I probably just skip.
These ain't like them.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that clip shit though.
Yeah, the clips.
Oh, the clips is. I mean, it's the clips.
I love the clips.
It's clips.
Shout out to the clips.
So shout out to the
I mean,
clips.
they took over the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Taking names, all types of
But
shit,
like,
man. We don't like none of
It's
you rap.
crazy. Like you look at the clips. The clips is definitely from our time, and you see that the time that they put into their music. That's the problem with a lot of these young artists not putting any time into it, man. They just getting on the beat, rapping, saying whatever. It's a 2-minute song and boom, it's a hit. It's like, yo, this song has no
Some
structure.
people say the clips are selling the same brick from 1998.
Hey, I'm
I mean,
still
That's
buying it.
all right.
I'm still buying it.
Right. I mean, right while he's singing that McDonald's jingle.
Right.
But you know what? When you say that, I think of Slick Rick. Because
Yep.
that album was a 4-year cook, right?
Yeah.
But because of the era we in, I listened to it and I thought it was good. It was
I liked it
cool.
I thought it was decent.
But when I seen the visual, it was a better plate.
It turned it into
to
another
digest.
conversation. Yeah.
Because Slick Rick is it's like, you know, he a storyteller.
He's iconic.
He's iconic for that.
Wordplay still dope too.
Him,
Yeah.
Cool G Rap, you know, it's a list of, you need a story,
They gonna deliver.
go to these dudes.
Yeah.
But when you seen the visual, the documentary of it, it just that much more put it over the top. So like you say, if cats not cooking and they just fast, you know, microwaving and stuff,
That's what it is.
they can't live.
No, they can't. It's not sustainable.
It ain't.
But
Yeah.
I just thought about something. Let's backtrack. Since we brought up clips and we talking about people and how they doing with the music, the clips with how they got out their deal, and they went to rock.
Yeah.
Rock, like J. Cole, all them artists under J. Cole, under Rock, they all got they own their masters.
Yeah.
So he's actually
Jay-Z did it.
he
did
is
that part
championing
right.
that cause, and that's what he
Yeah.
tried to do with Tidal. He tried to create a platform that commanded more dollars before they
Yeah.
lassoed that bad. But nah, get back over here.
See, my only problem with Tidal was the layout of it, and
You mean like the visual?
yeah, I didn't like it. Like it was hard for me to navigate through it. You know what I'm saying? Like
It was foreign. So.
yeah, you know what I mean? And like the way at the time, like I went from Beats to Apple Music. So everything kind of just slid right over. But like the way that I can find new artists, it was easier for me to find it on Apple. And,
Okay.
you know, like the streaming thing, it is like it's a beast that's like it's something that a portal that we're just never gonna close.
It's to me the streaming services are like a hydra.
Yeah.
Because you cut off one head, two more appear. You know what I'm saying? You can go all the way back to Napster.
Yeah.
You know, go back all the way back. And every time some
Fair
shit.
share and all that.
Yeah, like every time you thought that shit.
Yeah, every time you pull out one, it's like 7 more.
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh damn, Cosmo and Audio Galaxy. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
we
it's all
still
this.
going.
You know what I mean? But like, I use all those sites, but at the same time, I always bought music, and I think that's the mindset I wish a lot of people would have. I look at all these streaming services like when you used to go on Sam Goody, they got the listening station. Streaming service is my listening station for me to find out what I want to buy.
What you want to buy.
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
because you're going to
Yeah.
buy it. You
I'm
want the
saying,
physicals.
My goal, and since I really got back into buying records like the past, so since when the pandemic hit, that's when I really got back into buying records. Like I would still buy stuff from time to time, but like I bought a lot more around when the pandemic started. And my goal was everything that I've streamed, I'm buying.
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if it came out on vinyl, I'm getting it.
But
You know
let's
what I'm
talk
saying?
about the quality. So there's a thing that people also miss. The the quality level of digital, no matter how good it is, it's not warm. It's not the warmth of a vinyl. The vinyls and the tapes were able to capture the resonation of energy in the
natural
room.
sound of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, unfortunately, you know, when you put something digital, you're gonna lose something automatically
Absolutely.
right away. It's just you just are.
Yeah.
No matter what you do to it to get it to come back, just because of it being in the format it is, you're gonna lose some quality.
Correct.
You don't lose any quality. My Prince record sounds 20 times better than what it sounds like.
On the digital.
Yeah, they got to
On
keep
your
remastering it to
You know what I
try.
This is the original one I bought when I was 5 years old.
Oh, so that's the first
The
one.
very first one, I bought this when I was 5 years old for Discount Records.
That's
You
crazy.
see this sticker right here?
Yeah.
Like that.
That's crazy.
That's the original
You said when
vinyl.
you was 5.
First record I ever bought, man.
First record
This
at
record right
5.
here.
I was going to ask you, what's the first record you bought? This is it.
This is the first record I bought when I was 5
That's
years old.
crazy. He
That's
bought
the
it at
same one.
Yes.
he bought it at 5.
Yes. My brother, we was going to my aunt's house. My brother, man, it's crazy. I might tear up a little bit. I'm gonna try
Go
not to.
ahead.
No, do your
it's
thing.
real.
When my brother got me, I never forget, my brother got me off the bus because he was trying to rush home because they were premiering Raspberry Beret on MTV. Like he was hyped about going to see the video. We get home and we watch it, and my brother was just, man, excited, like, oh yes, he's done. He got away from Purple Rain. He was happy. You know what I'm saying? So that Sunday, my mom took me and him to the record store. Went back to my, I don't know, my mom or my dad gave it, but I did some stuff around the house to muster up $10. Went and bought this and a 12-inch Raspberry Beret. Came out to like $9.
You knew you was a Prince fan from jump.
From day, man, listen. When I think about sound and music, the first sound I could think of is Prince. Gotta Stop Messing Around. That's the first thing I think of. It's like, yo, I remember my brother playing it in the room. I'm trying to get in the room, like, play it again.
What is that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that, and then it's my father, my dad playing Fela Army Arrangement with Egypt 80.
So you have a
Nice.
family that was playing. You had an older
Yep.
brother. You had
Yeah.
your father.
Yeah.
playing
Like,
records. Was your brother DJing or your father DJing? Or it
my
was just
brother,
music?
he knew a lot of DJs. I want to say to a certain degree he was, because I know he would always bring home records, like, and I've asked him to get the records from. He said, get them from record pools. Like, he was big on into the house scene too. So he had access to that, but like he didn't have a turntable. He had a turntable, of course, but didn't have, like, you know, 2 turntables and a mixer, nothing like that. But my brother, like, he was always ahead of what everybody else was knowing about music, because he read a lot. He read a lot and he wrote a lot, but he read, like, he was reading all the reviews everywhere. Like my his best friend Chris, I still talk to him all the time. He says, man, I remember your brother was telling us about Sade before anybody even knew who she was.
Really?
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, yo, it's this girl from London. She's gonna just kill everything. You know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, he knew.
Is she making new music?
I think she is.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she is. She is. I want to say I read somewhere where they will say that she's back doing something. Like,
And I'm with it.
like Sade, she can drop every
She
8
ageless.
years.
She timeless.
As long as if she stick with
that band?
Sweetback
Yeah.
And she gonna stick with them.
with Matthew and them.
Yeah, they ain't going
But
nowhere.
we know these names because of what?
Credit.
Come on, man. Again, like,
That's the
Man.
word of the day.
The word of the day,
Credits.
credit.
Really, the
And
credits.
kids.
like I said, nobody's hating on whatever is going on. I have nothing against what y'all doing these days. I don't.
See, but what we talking about is adding on. So it's like there's no room for hate,
Yeah,
because we
man.
saying you got what you got, but if you add
it's
this
like,
to it,
but it's like with these new kids, man. Like, you can't. They want to be. I hate the old dude, but it's always.
It's just facts.
You know what I mean? They want to be ahead of. They want to be the first to know everything. It's like, nah, you're not the first.
Well, if you want to be
Just
the
like-
first to know everything, do the research to know
That's
what you're
it.
talking about.
Like the Erykah Badu joint just came out. They
Nah.
couldn't wait to say, "Hey, this is a Mobb Deep song."
like no shit.
Like-
That's why I don't want to hear it.
Like, okay, like, y'all didn't have to put that out there. Like, we know that, but y'all have to be the first to tell somebody that this came from something else.
Well, because they look at me. This whole world right now is look at me.
Yeah,
This all
They
attention
want to be the first to say something and
Yeah.
claim something.
They
Yeah.
shitted on
So-
the artwork too. Like,
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
ain't seen
but
it.
see, here's the
they
thing.
killed the film. I'm like, why y'all mad at, like,
She's
y'all
the
not mad
one,
at AI?
you know, the comic strips of Love Is.
Yeah.
But they
So
not old
it's
enough
like
to even
her-
seen it in the news.
Oh, they don't know love is.
So it's like for
Ah,
us, it's nostalgic.
there's a
You got
connection
Mobb
to
Deep
it.
Yeah,
nostalgia, and you got Love Is
Yeah.
that we seen in our lifetime.
right.
So for us, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay. What is AI? So that's okay, the enemy. But at the end of the day, it was refreshing.
Yeah. Hey, when I saw it, I thought of Betty Boop.
See,
Okay.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? I'm like,
even
it's black
further,
and white.
right?
Yeah.
Which is
right,
also
right.
something she would
Which
play
is
with.
also
Yeah,
based on-
that's exactly what I thought. I was
based
like,
on black
oh, okay.
culture,
I said,
by
that's
the way.
cool.
Yeah.
It actually is,
Betty
yeah.
Boop is
Exactly.
based off
Yeah,
of,
so it was the real person was a black woman.
oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Josephine
okay.
Baker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it's like, it's just, you know,
Sheesh.
just everything with this generation, they got to be the first. And I was like, nah, man, like, you learn from somebody else putting you on and stuff. That's how I learned about everything. I learned with music. My brother, he's 13 years older than me. I was behind him all the time. my father, him being from Nigeria, that was like a whole nother realm of him opening you up to other stuff. And he was a big jazz head.
Okay.
And my mom was big into like, 60s, 70s Motown stuff. You know what I'm saying? So my household was all kind of stuff. But I'm glad that I had these older individuals. I learned from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would take stuff from them and take it to my peers. Like, my best friend, Sean, like, he's probably a big Kiss fan just like me because he was around me all the time. I'm playing Kiss Alive, the second album.
My first concert.
Really?
And I was probably about 9.
Was A still with him?
Yeah.
How y'all getting these damn shows?
They didn't have
went and saw
restrictions.
Michael Jackson
My
when
dad took me to that shit.
My auntie took all of us. I had
Yeah.
Twizzlers in it.
I was freaked the fuck out. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
So 'cause we was close.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm going into this joint. So I've seen the album,
Yeah.
but now I'm in there. Niggas is
makeup and
and
everything.
I'm like right here, like what the fuck, like that shit was wild. Like I left with a mixed bag of feelings.
spit blood on you?
Was you watching
What?
wrestling?
Did
at
they
the
spit?
time?
No, they wasn't doing all that, huh?
Oh.
Was you watching wrestling?
Yeah,
at
Hawk
the
and Animal,
time?
like the whole, all that stuff. Yeah.
So
Legion
that
of Doom.
definitely
Listen.
had
But it was a
to be-
different because they was on stage doing weird, like with the music, and they was going hard, and then, they screaming and yell and shit, and I'm like, damn, this is wild. Because in person it's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the jams is crazy.
And it's like people who might not know about Kiss, they look at Kiss and like, it was crazy. Yo, listen to some of the
they was
deep
some
cuts.
musicians.
You know what I'm saying?
They was some musicians.
Go check out a song like "Shock Me." Fuck
They
you.
was cold.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Kiss got joints for days, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm glad that I was exposed to stuff like because that's what got me into all different genres of music.
You touched on something. You said how like you discovered it because you was introduced to it at home.
Yeah.
Then you would share it with your people.
Man, yeah.
So now we know people that even while that was happening with us at home, only access to music they had was if it was on Your MTV Raps or if it played on WGCI.
Yeah.
So that means no credits again.
Yeah.
So now they're listening to it for the first time.
Yeah.
And because it's being, again, the programming at that point, because they only playing what's popping.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now they're missing all the deep cuts.
Yeah.
They missing all the exposure to the credits because they didn't care.
Yeah.
So it was still even back then. So I don't even want to put it on a generation because that's the generation that's influenced by their parents who was just listening to GCI.
Yeah. But I think it was less of those back then where they just listened to what exactly was on the radio. Because even when you listen on the radio, you still bought the record. So when you
People
bought the
was
record,
buying records.
you know what I'm saying? Like people were still going. Like that's one thing.
That's why all the stores is open. Even if it's like, all right, you had your Dr. Waxes, your Hyde Park Records and shit, but Coconuts was open.
Well, you had everything.
Music Brand was
Sam
open.
Goody.
Sam Goody.
Sam Goody was the one.
Discount and Virgin Records, all this shit, man. This was a plethora of Tower Records.
Yep.
Tower go big. Anywhere and buy you a tape.
Mm-hmm. Tower was big.
Boy.
Yeah.
Man,
In the basement, go downstairs.
Come on, man. Record Town in the Plaza.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, that was an experience, man. You would love to go to the record store and buy some music. You know what I mean? To have that shit play. Even if you're getting some shit with your girl or some shit, you know what I mean? Throw that in the car or something. Like, man, buying music was great, man. And
when I was
it was
shorty,
so accessible.
When I was a shorty, it was 3 spots I would go to in the mall. First thing, I'm going to the game room.
What mall?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
We have
the video.
City.
Whether if it was either Lincoln Mall or if it was Evergreen or even Fort City. First spot I'm going to if they got arcade, I'm going there.
Yeah.
You going
Second,
downstairs.
I'm gonna get some food. But before I leave that mall,
You going to the record?
I'm going to that record store to see what the hell they got up in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they had records in there. It was before they, stopped making records. And even when it was just CDs, it was still a place to go. Like where I lived at, in Park Forest, in Reston Park, it was Hegwish, and then in Madison, we had still discount records there. People in Hegwish knew me so much because I was going there since I was a kid. Like the first, going back to this, when we went to Nigeria, the first time I went to Nigeria, my brother put me on. This is when the Time album came out, the Pandemonium, since they got back together.
Okay.
So there was a song on there called Data Bank. I'm jamming to it. My brother was like, first thing he was like, oh, Prince opened the vault. I'm like, what you mean he opened the vault? He said, oh, you say, oh, you didn't know Prince has like a whole bunch of stuff that he's never released that he just kind of gives away to his people, his different artists. So I'm like, Brian, what are you talking about? I said, I never played this stuff for you. I'm like, nah. My brother goes against this tape and is playing me all kinds of stuff I've never heard, like Joy and Repetition, Weekend Funk, G Spot. I'm like, what is this? So when we get back to the States, I go by Graffiti Bridge. When I look at Graffiti Bridge, all the songs of Graffiti Bridge are like stuff that's unreleased that he never released before, but now he's putting it out. So the dude at the store is a dude named Chris, man. Real good dude, man. He always put me on the stuff. I'm telling Chris, like, hey, man, you see Prince has opened up the vault? He looked at me like,
The vault.
what you know about that? I'm like, well, my brother told me about that. I said, I lost the tape when we came back, so I'm still trying to get copies of it. He said, man, really? I said, yeah. I got you, no problem. He makes copies of both of these albums for me. I didn't even know these records existed.
So what are they?
So this is Chocolate Box,
Yeesh.
a bootleg.
You gotta show them shit.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you got it.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
my fault.
yeah,
This is Chocolate Box. So it's a bootleg. It has movie stars on here, Starfish and Coffee, Ballad of Dorothy Parker, Jordan Repetition.
Damn.
Just, a lot of songs that he's eventually released, but rare. You know what I mean? When I bought it, it was $15 from secondhand tunes on Hyde
And
Park.
that's a lot for that.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's great.
This
That's
is
rare. This is a rare record, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's it's great.
yeah.
But you bought this how long ago?
1991.
Mm.
In the 1900s.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? This one right here, crucial. Another one.
You gotta say it with your voice, your English voice.
In the 1900s?
Since when he was alive,
Oh, my
none of these
goodness.
songs were released when he was alive.
So what's this?
So this is
Oh, wait.
another bootleg, crucial. It says with Miles Davis, but they everybody thought Miles Davis was playing on the song Power Fantastic. It wasn't Miles Davis. It was his trumpet player Atlanta Bliss, but it sounded just like Miles Davis. So that's why it says that. But
With Miles Davis and family or something like that.
yeah, but this let me see. Two of these songs was on two of them were on Graffiti Bridge, and then none of these songs were released while he was alive. Like not to have, so if you weren't a Prince head, you probably never heard none of this stuff until after he died. I had this in 1991.
That's crazy.
But that came from me going to the record store. And it was coming from my brother telling me about something and me digging more into it. But
And then you
me,
talking.
Yeah, but me having a relationship at the record store with this cat, Chris, and mentioning something, he put me on like, oh yeah, let me make you a copy of this. You know what I'm saying? Like you need all of this stuff. Had I not been going in that store and been known by them, that never happens.
Never noticed.
We don't have that. Like even
You
now,
don't have that relationship.
even now when I go on record stores, and other than Tone Spot Conservatory, when I go to record stores, it's not the same.
Shout out to Tone.
You know what I mean? Shout out to
Tone
Tone
B.
Be Nimble, man.
Need to get him out here.
You know what I'm saying? But like other shops I've gone into, that's not that type of relationship with me and whoever's behind the counter anymore. Like they're just not the same. You know what I'm saying? But back then, like I said, even if you'd heard on the radio, you go into the shop, you're going to
You
talk to
gotta buy it.
somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to put you on to something. Cats in the heck, which used to put me on all kind of hip hop, like
Sexual suicide?
yeah,
God
nasty.
damn,
Nasty.
that's tough.
Never released while he was alive.
Yeah.
Never released while he was alive. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. But that's what you get when you go into a record store.
What you say?
Sexual suicide.
Yeah.
God.
Hey, Prince was a monster with the titles too.
Yeah,
When he would come up with a name,
yeah.
and it was all double meanings too. He
Welcome
was
to the
good with
rat
the.
race.
Yeah, not that song that was released on after he died. That was released on the Sound of the Times Deluxe, which I do have. I just didn't bring it.
Do you
but
have every Prince record?
every Prince record from his first album up into Graffiti Bridge? I definitely have on vinyl. I got some stuff after that. Like I have a few 12 inches here and there. Like after
All the black label stuff.
You
too?
like the new
the
Revolution
white labels
stuff?
and everything.
well, no, the new Power Generation stuff.
Yeah, my bad.
Some of it was cool. It didn't hit the same as stuff with. It wasn't the same with the Revolution. Nah.
You like the third? What was it? Third eye?
MPG.
I thought it was cool.
Right.
Like
It was a little different.
it for me, Prince after Diamond and Pearls was like hit or miss. Like it was kind of
Yeah,
like
that
Diamond
was
and
my
Pearl was
shit,
like a
though,
crown
man.
for his
yeah,
career.
it's like
joint was
yeah,
crazy.
like after that it was
That's
like
my joint right
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know.
So wait, Diamond and Pearls was which album? That's the
That's
second album?
that's way later.
91. That's
Oh.
that was the first official album that said Prince and the New Power Generation.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, and that album's crazy.
Yeah. So like, and that had all kinds.
And that's the one that so-called hip hop that get off.
Yeah, when he was.
Oh yeah, get off.
22 positions.
Yeah, with that white
man,
guy
I
Tony
feel
M.
you.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Get off.
Yeah.
again,
We're
it's
gonna
like
have to nominate you, man. If anybody want to talk to me about Prince, I'm like, listen, call Phil.
Right.
Don't call me, man.
I want you to battle anybody that's listening, tuning in, whatever exists. I put quarters up.
yeah. Hey,
Put Fifth on there.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll mop you.
it's two people I'm scared of when it comes to Prince. If we was DJing, two people, I might have step up too.
Ooh.
Questlove,
Oh.
because he just has too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, three people.
That's
Questlove,
That's fair.
DJ Spinner, maybe,
That's
Okay.
fair.
Okay.
and Steve Miggity Maestro.
Okay.
Okay.
Steve Miggity Maestro. That's another.
But those is champions.
That's another Chicago, like my Mount Rushmore of Chicago DJs is him, Ferris Thomas, and Tony Nimble. I can't think of a fourth right now, but those three for sure. For me, man, Steve Miggity Maestro, he did some of the coldest mixes, man. Even when
What
like
about Pink House?
Pink House, he was a radio personality.
He wasn't a DJ.
Yeah.
Like doing
Yeah.
it like that. Yeah.
But like, and Ferris and Tone, like for me in high school, that was my Bible. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
real?
for learning about hip hop, like all new stuff, like being up on a group home or being up on the artifacts and all that.
Hmm.
Tone.
From when they first dropped.
Yes,
Yeah.
man, like, cause like I said, when you were listening to 106 Jams, Tone wasn't playing group home Superstar. He played.
He played the
He
cuts.
play off
He
the
played
wall.
Off the wall, yeah.
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 You
Shit.
know what I'm saying? Ferris wasn't playing.
Hey.
You know, like I said, he wasn't playing Biggie, Big Papa. He
You
was
were
playing
playing
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying? Like they was playing the cuts. If they played Far Side, they wasn't
He
playing
was playing B-sides all the time.
Passing Me By. They playing Other Fish.
Other fish.
Yeah.
That was a 12-inch.
Yeah.
The other fish was
You know
crazy.
what I'm saying? Yeah, like listening to them, man. That I was listening to them record it, take it to the show. Like, yo, listen to this. Y'all got this? Yeah, give me that. You know what I'm saying? And then of course Dwayne Powell. Like when I started going to Dr. Wax, Dwayne's the one who really, like, I credit him for really opening me up outside of hip hop, like post 2000.
Yeah.
Like, because that's when I was doing all my college parties, so everything was heavy hip hop. But like him putting me on to, you know, a Leon King or Foreign Exchange.
Because he was breaking all of them.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Dwayne always put me on to something.
I remember one time he called me. He was like, "Hey man, you around Virgin Mega Store?" I said, "I'm downtown. What's going on?" Man,
Go there and give me a little brother album. This ain't make nothing. This is what we go by a little. I got you, man. I got you. I'll pick you up. You go home, man. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Fifth, man.
Yeah.
So I went up there. I was buying it anyway, so I was like, it's gonna be 2 on my record now because I'm buying 2 records.
Right.
I don't want y'all to get the credit, little brother, but
Man, listen.
Why'd you fuck with us, man? You know we have boxes of them shit.
Listen, little brother, I was up, man, before a lot of people in Chicago. I don't care I was up with
You was.
Czar.
Yeah.
Czar knew Cesar Comanche, and Cesar had gave Czar like a tape over all like Justice League stuff. So like a lot of the little brother stuff was on there. Edgar Allan Flow, Righteous Way. That's the one. When I heard that, I never forget when I first heard Righteous Way to Go. I told Czar, I said, Knife Wonder gonna change. He gonna change. He gonna change the world. I said he gonna be the one. So when Little Brother came out, and Inkling came out that he was playing beats for Jay-Z, I said if he get a Jay-Z beat, it's over. It's
All right.
over. And then we heard Threat.
How you feel about that now?
Knife Wonder's one of them dudes. I don't know why people treat Knife the way they do,
Because
man.
he used the same fucking
No,
drum.
man,
and he shitted on Tribe Called Quest.
No, he did
Wait,
not.
what did he
Wait, but what did he shit on?
They didn't win the Grammy. Q-Tip mad. Remember that?
Yeah. Q-Tip was
Hey, man, I thought we was cool, man.
But listen,
Well, Knife.
it's not so much that Knife used the same drums every time. Knife used what worked. That worked for him.
That was the pocket for him.
Listen, do you know how many times DJ Premier has used Billie Jean drums?
Yeah.
I don't care about that, though.
He uses it
Yes.
well. No problem. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times Pete Rock might have used certain drums, but you use me. You know how many times I've used some of the same drums. A lot of times it happens. But if it works and it sounds good, why does it matter? And I mean, and even with Knife he used Fruity Loops, unlike anybody else.
Yes, he did.
He gave that shit a pass.
That blew my mind when I found that.
I couldn't believe it.
I was like, Fruity Loops?
I knew out the gate. I'm like, yo, I know he got to use it.
It blew your mind. Why it blow your mind?
Fruity Loops.
Because it's never been done.
Yeah, nobody's using Fruity Loops the way he's using it, making it sound that way.
He's really the first of that. Like, I'm not saying he's the first to use a program.
No, you're right.
But
you're
he's the first.
Right.
I feel like on a mainstream level to come in there with a computer program and make, man, I don't care. Threat is one of the best hip hop records. Period. I don't care when. That's one of Jay-Z's best records. That's top 5 Jay-Z record.
That's heavy.
Come on, man. Like, stop talking about him with use the same drums. So what? It sounds good. Them remixes, the Knife Wonder remixes, that
yeah, those remixes was raw. What he did, he did the whole.
As much of a Dilla head as I am, I like the Knife Wonder Look of Love better than I like the Slum Village Look of Love version. I love that Look of Love version.
Well,
that
which
shit
one? They had multiple versions.
I like it better than all of them.
Okay, for the record.
I like that Knife Wonder version. The Knife Wonder version of. Have you heard the Knife Wonder version of I used to love her?
Yeah.
Funky. I played that one time when I DJ'd at Promontory.
It's not on.
It's not on vinyl.
Yeah.
I forgot who was there. Mario from Hyde Park.
Yeah. Shout out to Mario.
He rocked like, yo, what is that? Yeah, man.
You didn't tell him either.
I told him, I said, yo,
told him.
Knife Wonder remix. Comment. I used to love her.
Got something you don't want. Got something.
That man, Knife got joint like it.
So who's your top 5 producers?
You got them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Top 5 producers of all time?
For sure.
Yeah.
It can change at any time. Today, I'm saying, I'm gonna go for the people who I feel influenced me the most that made me want to make.
Then we're gonna get into you making beats. Yeah, go ahead.
RZA. Well, I say two elements.
You damn white.
Early RZA.
What?
I say RZA.
All the whistles.
93 to 99.
It can't be all the RZA.
but really, for me, I would say the Wu elements is whole RZA, Fourth,
so
and
mathematics, that whole.
No, just RZA, Fourth, the True Bastard.
Okay, that's it.
I'm not even saying
We don't need the
math yet.
We don't need nothing
You know what I'm
else.
saying? Because like Fourth, and I just saw the RZA interview on Drink Champs where he said he picked True Master over Fourth. Fourth to me is the one who's fucking.
Who did
with RZA.
Ghostface Fish?
That's True Master.
All right, I'll pick True Master too.
Wu-Tang Forever. Scary Hours. Older Gods. Impossible. The City. And Better Tomorrow.
You read them credits, boy.
Yeah.
Fourth Disciple.
For real.
You read all the credits.
Older Gods, one of my joints.
Fourth Disciple.
Yeah.
Your hood,
Fourth
kid.
Disciple.
Shit, no, you could.
You know what I'm saying?
What Disciple was called?
Old Dirty Bastard. Damage. Fourth Disciple. Method Man. Sub Crazy. Is that the one I think that's the one Fourth did. Yeah. Fourth Disciple. Killer Army. Wake Up. Fourth Disciple.
I don't know.
He did a lot of Son of Man, right?
Sons of Man. Soldiers of Darkness and 5 Archangels. Fourth Disciple. Fourth Bible by Killer Priest.
Yeah, he did some
Fourth
Killer Priest.
Disciple. Yeah. I mean, Fourth.
He was cooking.
And what he was doing, like, he's playing a lot of that stuff. Okay. Some of stuff he even sampled. Like, I saw an interview with True Master and was like, yo, when Fourth was using, he had this Kurzweil keyboard, everybody when he got it because of Fourth.
Kurzweil 2000.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the Wu elements, I put them number 1.
At that time, I'd been in K2500.
We had the 2000.
Yeah, y'all had that 2000. That shit was lovely.
After Wu elements, I would say Premier.
Okay.
Dilla.
This is not in order. This is
not in order. Dilla, of course. JD. Dilla, whatever you want to go by. Muggs. I love like Cypress Hill and Soul Assassins. That first Soul Assassins.
That was a unique sound. Yeah, they was on one.
Man,
it was solid.
That shit he did with the Jizza though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Masters.
Yeah.
And then I would end it with probably man, that's tough. I'm just saying I'm tough because Pete Rock and Q-Tip, man. Like,
see, you can't. If you don't have Q-Tip in it, it's like,
man. Like, I'm gonna say Q-Tip because Low End Theory is probably my favorite hip hop record.
Really?
Low End Theory or Midnight, like those are like the two.
And
perfect.
how much of Q-Tip is in Dilla?
A lot.
Yeah, so that's why I like automatically like you got to put Q-Tip there because when your favorite
Dilla somewhere, you gotta put Tip.
you can't do it without.
Yeah, you
can't
got to. Like, you can't say Dilla. You can't say, man, I love Dilla. I don't really care for Q-Tip or Pete Rock.
Nah,
Really?
you can't do that. You can't do that.
How now? You can say I love Dilla, but I ain't really into RZA. Or I love Dilla, but I ain't really into Pete.
can't say that
I'm not
About
really,
Premier.
I'm not really into Premier.
Right.
Or I'm not really into showbiz. But if you love Dilla, man, you better love Pete Rock and Q-Tip too.
For real.
Because
for real.
if it ain't Q-Tip and Pete Rock, I'm not sure we get the sound we get from Dilla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even you can put what's name there too. Like you can't say you can't say you like High Tech or Dilla without saying you like Q-Tip and Pete
That's a
Rock.
fact,
Like
that's a fact.
just like a,
That's a fact.
prerequisite. You just have to.
I mean, I put Ninth in there too with that conversation.
Like to me, you can't say you like nobody know like Knife Wonder because Knife Wonder is a student of all of them, man. Like
it's all in there.
He's the one that got lucky to be on like a mainstream level where he can do what he wants to do. They need that sound.
Yeah.
It was nobody else in the mainstream rooms that can make that sound. None of them. Like I say the closest to me would be like DJ Khalil because he was just making just some super hard shit. But like it wasn't chops. Khalil was doing some Dr. Dre shit on steroids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like for what Knife do, like he's a one-on-one, man. He's a one-on-one, man. I really don't get how people the hate that he gets.
How do you fit Madlib in the equation?
That's
come on, man.
See, that's why I said that top five. Like
No, it ain't about the five. This
just
is
what you
consolation prize.
Madlib is special. Like I put Madlib like in like the same case I put like Prince by itself. It's like Madlib is by itself. Like the shit that he does just outside of hip hop, like that yesterday Jazz New Quintet, that Shades of Blue, like man, the past few months, man, I played Shades of Blue probably about 100 times. Like, yo, like this was way ahead of its time.
The Blue Note.
Yeah,
joint?
man.
Yeah.
Like that shit is way ahead of its time. Just the way he's taking break beats and these samples and for Blue Note to say, yeah,
They
like
let him have
when-
that says a lot. Yeah.
yeah,
They gave him the whole library.
they say, yeah, come in here and take whatever you want.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Do whatever you want.
It's
And not
incredible
not just Blue Note do it, but all the artists be like, yeah, man, we like that kid.
Mhm.
Do whatever you want to do. We even do drops on the album for you.
Yeah.
That's big.
That's
Because jazz cats are like the most. Those are the hardest
Ruthless.
dudes to please, man. Like when Prince did a jazz record, jazz cats were telling him like, nah, man.
Stay your lane.
Yeah, stay in your lane, kid. You can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So like they don't give in to nobody
I'm
at all.
Prince. What do you say?
But like
He was like, you want some pancake?
He
thing
said
that
like
saved
top
him,
leg.
Miles was like, yeah.
Miles rocked with him.
Miles like, yeah, I fuck with that kid. That kid is like Sly and Jimmy.
Because he was the
Okay.
weird one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
He was the weird kid trying to
Get back on
trying
the
to do
crowd
jazz.
type nigga.
Mm-hmm. So, man, but Madlib is special. And the dope thing about Madlib, the first track I remember, well, I didn't know it was Madlib at the time. First track I remember hearing from him was Original Gun Clappers. The last song on there is Madlib.
Yeah.
It says, I think, it might say E Swift.
Wait. Say that again. That was
Yes.
the first thing you heard of Madlib?
Yes.
So what about the Alcoholics?
So that's 94, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That was around the
That's
same
where I was
time.
about to go, Kaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, I didn't know what all was him.
Okay, same
That's
like
it.
the JD with
Yeah,
the second
Yeah, because
part.
at the time I didn't
Yeah.
make that connection
Yeah.
back then.
But like,
I knew. I
Like,
read
so-
the credits.
I would go OG. Yeah, man.
Full circle.
No, because you started with Lupac and then the alcohol.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't like the Lupac too much, but
What? The sound though?
I like the album. But
Man,
I don't like how they rhyme.
Sound pieces.
Yeah.
You know what, man?
Hey man,
I
that shit was
love
like
that album.
4 records. That was like Bad Vinyl. That was one of them joints. She's like, dude, it's like a triple vinyl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
That album and
when I'm on the mic, oh my god.
I do like when I'm on the
mic.
mic. Yeah, I do like when I'm on the mic. That's dope. That is.
Questions, the anthem, man. Nah, that mad me that loop
Yeah.
back. I love that. That and Quasimodo. Quasimodo, I thought was genius. Like,
Quasimodo.
that
Yeah.
was- I was like, yo, this shit is just genius right here, man.
So what got you into producing?
RZA, well, Wu-Tang.
Well, when you get your first equipment?
So my first, I had turntables. I got my first turntables in 96. Christmas 96. When I got my first turntables. I got my first like little sampler. My boy down the street, my boy Abdullah, he had bought this was it like a Gemini, I think it was called the Sample Talk or something, but it had it had like 24 seconds of sample time on it.
Okay.
So the way I got into it was I had this sample thing for a minute, never did anything with it besides like do little loops and stuff. My homeboy, my boy Tim came through one day and had a Bob James 1 record. You know, I DJ'd. So we put the Bob James 1 record on Nautilus. That's why I heard Daytona 500. Like, so when I first heard, I was like, oh, that's how they do it.
Oh, okay.
So now you clicking. The
It
wheels
connected
is
with me.
okay.
So, but the sample I had, you only do one sound at a time. So what I was doing, I would find a break beat, loop it on the sampler, record it to tape for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll plug my tape up to the mixer, find a sample to put on the sampler, loop, have the sample playing with the tape at the same time, and that's how I was like first started doing beats.
Yeah, that's some technical
You know what
work.
I'm saying? So it started there, and the next thing I got, it's crazy how I had this machine in 1998, the Dr. Boss sample that everybody uses now.
The 550?
Yes.
The
Yes, with the
550.
8 pads, because it was always in the source.
16
Like you look in the source and
That's what's in the back.
equipment.
It
Yeah,
was
so it was only like $300. But I bought it from Midwest Stereo up north from Clark. Got to go on the gramophone one day.
Yeah, Midwest.
Bought that, and that's when I first started getting into making beats. But it was because of my boy Tim coming over and bringing that Bob James record where it just clicked. I'm like, oh, so that's how they do it. Because I didn't, before my man Tim came through, I didn't understand sample. I didn't like when somebody say
It
you're
hadn't
sampling.
connected.
It hadn't connected that we're grabbing this from all these different records.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so when he did that, like the next day I went to secondhand tones. I bought every Bob James record I could find.
Holy moly.
You know, like if Bob James was on the record, I got my little
Anything
checkbook.
connected.
Anything with Bob James on there. So I wound up buying like that, Earl Clue, Grover Washington. The Grover Washington thing was so crazy.
Start finding them samples.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I heard that record, I'm like, yo, this record has been in my aunt's house forever. I used to always see this record at my aunt's
And then you
house.
be like,
never not once. My aunt had two records at her house. And the 8-track. She had that Grover Washington record that because it wouldn't play on the record player for whatever reason. And had the 8-track of the Jackson's Destiny album. So when I went to my Aunt May's house, all I would listen to was the Jackson's Destiny 8-track joint.
damn.
But this Grover Washington record is sitting there all this. I'm talking about I'm 4 or 5 years old looking at this record like, yo, whatever, man. Put this Jackson's back on. Fast forward to
You was
98.
biased as hell.
Yo, I was. And then we fast forward to 98. I'm like, Bob James on there. Yeah, man. So that's what got me into it. And then shout out to my man Joe Tice. Like around my way, it was 2 people that I got a chance to connect with early where I got the chance to see the side of production. It was Joe Tice and it was Mike Guy. Shauna from Infamous Syndicate.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so my homeboy Kool-Aid, that was like they had a crew. It was him, Mike Guy, Cap One, and this cat named Half Pint. And I would,
Cap One was rapping.
Cap One was ridiculous. I'm talking about, man, like, it is crazy because, like, I don't have a real relationship with Tifa and Shauna with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, like I know Shauna brother.
Shout out to Shauna.
They probably wouldn't remember me from being around them. But like when they was recording that album, I was around, pretty often because of my man Kool-Aid, because I had a car. So, I was able to drive to the
going to the spots. Yeah.
But like a lot of that stuff that he was doing, I was hearing. Like Cap One was on quite a few of those songs. Like they got a bunch of stuff together, man. You know what I'm saying? But Cap was ridiculous, man. Like Jay-Z nights back then.
Wow.
On the real. And my man Kool-Aid was nice. Like these dudes were like all that. Like they probably could have been Dipset in '98, '99. Honestly,
I can see that.
you know what I'm saying? Like the way they was rhyming and the beats that Mike Guy was making, like a lot of like Kanye stuff, Mike can make that stuff easy. I think I still got a couple of tapes of like beat tapes of like stuff that he was doing back then. But that was my first introduction to being around somebody that was doing production like that. You know what I'm saying? So from being around them, I didn't take any, but I would just watch from time to time, like, okay, I need to get some better equipment. You know what I'm saying? And then when I started getting better equipment, that's when I started just to formulate the sound that I was doing, which was, you know, what it was, man.
So then you evolved. So you talked about the first time I met you, but the first time you met me,
Yeah. 98.
98.
I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but Blackstone Hotel, Ill Nature Party. It was a Saturday night. Joe Tice, shout out Joe Tice, his crew, Tipple of Thieves. It was like 30 of us met at Joe's house, and we all got in like 6-7 cars.
And then pulled up.
You know what I'm saying? We outside kicking and chilling. Around the corner come these 4 or 5 cats walking, looking cool. Like, yo, who these dudes, man? It look like some rappers.
Look like a
You know what
rapper.
I'm saying? It's a dude with like, you know what I'm saying, some tan locks. You know what I'm saying? It's a cat with glasses and a couple other dudes. I'm like, yo, all I got dreams. Like, yo, who these dudes, man?
Yeah, nah.
This guy. Pugs Adam, Riff Napalm.
Hey, Cosmo Galactus.
I think Uncle Butter was with them too. Like, there was a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying?
Because that cipher was vicious.
Yeah,
I remember going to that show, and we was going directly. We went in and straight cipher,
Yeah.
and it was vicious.
That's what it was.
There was a lot of acrobats that I didn't even know was in that bitch. And it was
They was going.
dangerous.
But that's when I first met him. But then
time.
also the Pier, like Navy Pier, for me, like Navy Pier is like a staple of Chicago hip hop. That's when I really started to see that's the first time I seen Prime. First time I seen Al Moss Rod. Like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Then Dr. Wax, Dr. Fax is when I first met Taiwan, and I didn't like him.
Bomba.
You didn't like that? Listen. You know what I'm saying?
We jumped up ahead.
Yo, listen, this is why. When we was recording Novocaine, we got done recording Novocaine.
Why, man? Because he charged you for a record?
I'll tell you why. We get done recording Novocaine album's done. We got done recording it, mixed master. We go to HBK one night. Me, Nova, Boo with somebody else. I think my man Pro was with us too. And they gonna get the record for them to play 7 Steps. I think another joint. But the time they're playing,
shout out to Novocaine.
shout out to my man Nova, man. But they're playing MF Doom joint from Doomsday. The joint with the spider with the
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Scooby Doo. Hey.
It was my first time hearing it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, what's that? Ty looks at me like, you know what this is?
Oh, that's the bougie scene. That's the hip hop bougie shit.
Nah,
nigga, I don't know what
I
this
was
is.
relentless on that one.
Yeah.
I was relentless.
He wasn't playing.
But the way he said it, I felt my hip hop.
Right, you
heart.
right. He just shut you down.
To you,
I
like,
was like, man,
what the fuck?
what the fuck is going
I don't know the record. What's the record,
Hey,
motherfucker?
left you with the anime tear.
Man,
The big anime tear on the side.
hurt my
Bro,
heart.
it's
man.
me and Pugs up there all day.
So you know they just talking
know
like
we
crazy.
They just talk.
That's the worst.
You don't know what that is, man?
You sitting there with their caviar
Hey, man. Hey, man, that's too bad, man.
and they grape coupon.
Right.
Broke my heart,
Hey, man.
man. And it was crazy because
We don't dip the rich over here, man.
like,
Got the wheat thins.
I hate to interject, but if we fast forward to when you're talking about when we really met,
Yeah, Frontline.
that's when I connected with him.
Oh.
Because
Kenny told me, hey, man. Now, me and Kenny is funny. Actually, our whole acrobat excursion is funny because we was the infiltrators, right? We was the seekers. We was Starscream.
Yeah.
And Keys hit me up. Hey, Cos, man. What's up, Keys? Hey, man. Frontline Studio's pretty cool. What the fuck you doing here? How the fuck you going? You going over there making beats for him and shit? No, man. I'm just going over there chilling. Cos, relax. Hey, brother. You need to come up here with me. Why? I don't want to talk to them niggas. Why? Hey, man, I know what you're saying. There's some cool niggas in this crew, man. One of them is Fifth, man. Fifth Element? Fifth Element. Who the fuck is Fifth? I just watched the movie Fifth Element. Fifth Element, man. No, man, relax, man. Siraj Dean's dope, man. You need to come out here. Just come kick it with me, and we'll go and check this place out, and we'll see the real motherfuckers who we could work with.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go there. Met Fifth. I met Quasar.
Nova was probably there with us too.
Yeah, Nova. Yeah. And it was really dope. And I was like, oh shit, man. Only thing that really pissed me off about y'all did not record shit.
No, I see now.
Wait a minute.
It was a lot of stuff recorded.
Now, when I was always there, we always say, all right, man, let's go ahead and make this track, man. Let's make this track.
See, like, okay, so the format of how people record their Frontline went like this. For the producers, like me, Emmett.
Shout out to Emmett, yeah. Shout out to Keith.
J Connects too.
Right.
A lot of times, me and Emmett. I would always track beats all the time. Like when I would get like 3-4 hours by myself, I'd just track beats in there. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll get a call. Josh say, "Yo, Phil, what's up with this beat?" Yeah, go ahead. Quay wouldn't even tell me. I just pop up in there like, let me see what they did a couple days ago. Quay got 3 songs recorded.
Yeah.
Nova came, I took this beat, whatever.
Yeah.
So like we didn't record together a lot, but
So people individually
We'll go in there and just record when they recorded.
And I guess that's cool.
Like, the one project that came out real dope was the Frontline mixtape. That was just everybody recording all kind of shit, and John just giving all that music to Richie, like, yo, do a mixtape. You know
Shout out to John too.
Yeah, so like everything on there was just, some of that stuff was for certain projects. Like there was at one time we were putting together a project of it was just called Supergroup at the time, but it was me on the beats.
Right.
It was Quasar, Hellset,
Yeah.
Kane, Czar. So it's like the song Static that came from that.
Oh, and Josh Safe is an anomaly.
Yeah.
MC.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite MCs out of Chicago, hands down, period.
Low-key, we did finish the album. Like, I do have the album.
You have a Josh Safe album?
Supergroup album.
You have the Supergroup album?
Everybody.
Unreleased.
Yeah.
Well, Fly Nerd Group
that ain't the
Records would like to.
That's not the only Supergroup records you got either.
What's that?
Remember the session when we was out west? Yeah.
Oh, that session that y'all didn't invite me and Pugs because y'all was scared. Y'all was pussy.
No.
That's some pussy ass shit. I'm gonna say it now. That was pussy as fuck.
That day,
I called Pugs like, Pugs, you see this shit?
No.
Hey man. So what you would think, man?
Listen.
The pussy Pugs, we would have torn ass apart.
Listen.
Why you invite us, Pugs?
No, listen. That was just supposed to be me, tall black guy, Slot, and Rashid Hadi. And Kenny was supposed to come too, because Kenny was in town.
Yeah, Kenny.
I saw Rail at what's the block party they used to have all the time? Silver Room.
Yeah.
So I'm at the block party. They're like, man, Fifth, I'm gonna be in town for a few days, man.
Was that the year when P Rock was here?
Yep.
That was a good.
Yeah. So he was like, man, let's get together and do something while I'm in
P
town.
Rock was kicking it with us.
Man. Heavy.
He was going through stumbling through Hyde Park with P Rock. That shit was cool as hell. But anyway,
But he like, man, let's get together. So I hit Slot, hit Hadi, hit Key, who's all supposed to meet at Hadi. It was just supposed to be us.
Okay.
When I get there,
Rappers and
Neek showed up.
yeah.
Then Sense 96 showed up.
Mhm.
Damn.
Then this guy showed up, and then Fillmore, and then Ty One. I'm like, yo, okay, fuck it. Since we're all here, let's do something. You know what I mean?
Y'all cooked.
And where's that?
We cooked up like 4
It don't
heats.
exist no more.
Yeah.
It was
I got on my
That's
phone.
why you needed the killers there to shoot that came out.
But it was we did come out with 2. We came out with 2 songs, right?
we closed out 2 joints and
And we had 4
it was
beats.
actually had 4 beats.
Yeah, we had 4 beats. Like one of them beats out is amazing.
I don't see here's the thing. Fifth giving you his version from the producer side. First of all, they wouldn't even let me touch no machines. They was like, no,
Damn.
we just want you to rap. Like, no, let me.
You're Tyrone Davis. You're in this bracket now.
Right, you're a rapper now.
But here's the thing, because I know what you're saying on that beat.
Yeah.
It was one beat. It was like the first beat.
Yeah.
It was
the
super
first one we
crazy.
did. Yeah.
These fools keep switching the beats while we trying to write.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, what's happening?
That one, we was
So y'all made that beat together.
Yeah,
So like from samples.
That's
Right.
insane, a combination to make.
Slide A,
Slide A,
Tall Black,
Tall Black, Fifth.
The
and Diesel was on there.
Goddamn.
the one beat that he's talking about.
Who got the beat?
Yeah, I got it. But Tall Black, he was playing with these chords, and he kept. I said, stay there, and he kept playing them. And then I had some drum. I had a drum palette. Yo, play it over this. Played it. He started playing. Slot came in playing, some synths, and then Hadi was doing some sound effects. I'm like, yo, we got one.
You know the good part about that? Y'all know who I am, right? Black Bruce.
Deconstructed.
I know you got a version.
I got the whole shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you went there on
Sure
cameras.
do.
Because you was on camera.
Yeah, he had his son.
Yeah.
He had video the whole day. Yeah.
Yeah.
D. Jackson was there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's documented,
Okay. But it's lost in time.
no, it's preserved.
I'm glad we having this talk because this shit have to come out. And I think it's unfair to yourself.
Well, this is what the culture.
Shut up. I'm talking to Fifth here. Because Fifth, you always had these moments, man, where you would retire and stop and get frustrated and flustered. And I never liked that, Fifth.
See, but this, I'm glad you said that. But this is why, man. This is why I stopped doing like my podcast. This is why I don't do much.
Yeah, what's up with that, nigga?
Because, man, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Man, we fly nerd group, man. I want to hear this shit.
But it's not to have a pity party for myself, but it's like, man, when you feel like you're doing something good, you're putting it out there, and you can't even get people that you know to really even support it the same way that you supported everybody else's endeavors, man. For me, I really like this year. I've only made one beat this year.
One?
I've made one beat, and it was on accident. You know what I'm saying? It was just me just testing something out. But it's like, I feel like I've and this ain't to toot my own horn, I feel like I've put quality products out, whether it's music, whether it's podcasts. I put people on and stuff, and it's like, man, show me some love at some point. Like, Cash be doing shows, you talking about I can't get on and spend 4 hours.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? You telling me that, and I'm not saying, like, I heard J2 say he was the Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah.
So who you?
When he said I was there, like, yo, I'm like Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Ricky Sting, the dragon.
I'm definitely not the headliner, but I'm definitely the guy to get you hyped for everybody else.
Yeah.
You telling me
You one of the staples.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
These are facts.
There's been two people, and I love these brothers dearly. Two people that always, regardless of what, three, regardless of what's going on, they've always reached out to me. Yo, come DJ for a little bit. That's been Tony Number, always. When I first got down, like people even. Like when they mention All Natural Ink, like people don't even mention my name sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, that's rough.
I was there.
We'll get into that.
I DJ for Deadly Planet.
Yeah.
I DJ for everybody. When I first got there, where Tone was just DJ for All Natural.
Right. You was spent for everybody else.
You know what I'm saying?
So how did that work?
But, and not even on that.
Go ahead.
I'm on Green Week. Green Week's I be there with G Riot. I got the only other beat on there. It's him and G Riot. I got a beat on there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Rita's first album, the Japanese version, I'm on there.
Yeah.
Almas Go Ahead album. I got 3 joints on there.
Bangers too.
When the Fire All Natural album, the first song with Cat D rapping on, he mentions me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like I'm part of the team.
Yeah.
People act like they try to, write me out sometime, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. So it's just, I mean, but we go back to people who always look out for me. Tone B for one. Rule One would always do something. When he was doing his joint,
DJ Rule One,
he always put me on there. Like he'll always have a night where I would DJ. And then the Mo Man, when the Mo Man was doing Shot Rocks, if I'm anywhere in that vicinity of Panic, PNS, Memo, or something, you can see me at Fifth. DJ for a little bit.
Yeah.
Always. Jonah too from Pacifics. Like when Jonah was doing this one project for MySpace for Lupe Fiasco's first album, I DJ'd the show. You know what I'm saying? At the Metro.
Yeesh.
You know what I'm saying? You was with me that
I was with you.
Yeah, he was with me that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, y'all telling me, man, and this is not a knock against them, the DJs out, but y'all telling me, man, Fifth can't get in for it. I can't get a 30-minute set. And y'all know what I'm playing, I'm opening up y'all to something else. It's gonna set a vibe. You know?
You the prince of this DJ shit.
You know.
That's it right there.
I mean, I'm just saying though, you know, I seen the discouragement.
Yeah, man,
No, that's real though.
It's just only so many times you're gonna knock on the door, man, and you know somebody's in there and they not opening the door to let you in.
Kicking the door, waving the fofo.
So it's like, you know what? I'm just not gonna knock on the door no more.
But I don't want that to. I don't want you to hamper
you
your
heard
art.
the fly nerd don't hit me no more.
Real. I don't want you to hamper your art.
Nah, don't
Man,
let that stop it.
It don't. But and then the other part I look at it, I've been saying this for a while, man. Because there's such an oversaturation, rappers, producers, DJs. It's not when you go to shows. If it's 100 people in there, 75 of them are artists. When are we going to get back to people being consumers of music?
Right.
That's why I feel like when I buy music now, I feel like it's important for me to do it because it's not too many people, too many of us doing that these days. You know, people are not buying music the way they should be. They rely on, you know, what's on streaming or what someone
tells them.
Tell them is cool.
Yeah.
I want to be introduced to stuff for other people, but I also want to find stuff for my own too. You know what I'm saying? So just to the point, I was like, nah, like, man, at one point, it really did bother me. Now it's like, I'm cool, man. If I DJ here from time to time and a little gig here and there, I'm cool. But like me putting people on all this music and them using the music but not even crediting me, putting them on the music, yo, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I feel that.
So that's where the podcast comes.
Yeah, like, man, I started doing Side A November of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So before even a lot of people were doing
We're really getting in that space.
You was doing this.
I was the first
you was
one.
In the basement.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to be the wave my head, hey, I'm first. It's like, nah, I was there.
But credit where credit's due.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what
Pioneers need to be recognized and respected.
And
exactly.
I know I put a lot of people on to a lot of music. So I'm just saying, man, just credit me for my contributions. I'm not asking for nothing else. I never ask anybody for anything. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do it myself, you know, it's just not gonna get done. But I'm not gonna ask. But just credit me for my contributions the same way I credit everybody else for what they. I've never tried to take anything from what somebody else does. I always give props to whoever it is, to whatever it is, whether it's Kenny Keys, Tall Black Guy, Slide A, whoever. I'm a fan of all of these guys.
Right.
I'm always gonna credit all these guys, whoever it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it should be. If you admire what somebody does and they make you feel good and you really into it and it brightens your day, man, show credit to that.
Yeah, that's your peers, you know what I'm saying?
That's it, man.
You got to deal in equality with people, man.
That's it, man.
So how did you get linked with All Natural?
That came from All Star.
One of the twins.
Yeah, the twin. They'll be playing that because it's crazy when All Star hit me. It was after. It was supposed to be the last Nacro show. Y'all just came back from tour.
At the Metro?
At the Metro. It was Frontline and Nacro. And the Frontline set.
We announced that was dumb shit?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because I think y'all just came back from the tour.
Yeah, we came back from the tour and we went through.
But We did that Frontline show.
Did the show sell out? I don't
Oh, the show was dope. Yeah. But like,
That's all that matters. Never mind.
you know how I was doing the show back then.
Hey, yo, the Frontline set used to be, y'all used to do some damage that made me concerned.
It was hard. I put like this. I love everybody. You don't want to go after us.
Yeah.
You don't go after us.
Josh Safe, you had Quasar. Oh my God, Desert Eagle. Oh my God, that record.
And I had seen
Zoe. Shout out to Zoe.
I had seen Daily Planet a few times before that. Every time I was seeing them like, yo, like Fifth, man, you crazy back there. You wild. I'm like, yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. But they always liked our set. So after that set, we got off and he was like, man, you motherfuckers were some rock stars. So
no, seriously. That energy.
And he got my number like, man, we're gonna hit you up about something soon, man. And at the time, I'm geeked because I'm a fan of the label. I'm a fan of Daily Planet. I'm a fan of Al Moss. I'm a fan of Green.
Right.
Cap D. I'm a fan of all of them. You know what I'm saying? So they hit me like, yeah, man. At the time, All Star was on tour with Al Moss. They was doing shows with Lil Brother at the time.
Right. Yeah.
It was them, Lil Brother, and I think I don't know if it was Soul Semester or Hyro, but it was either a whole crew or just Soul Semester. But he was like, man, we got this record finna come up. We need, a road DJ. But we want to bring you on as our road DJ. Cool, no problem. So when I came on as a road DJ, of course, right away they gave me all the records for everything.
Right.
And one of the first gigs I go to, I think I went to, Tone was, I forgot where he was DJing at, but he was like, no, he's at Slicks. Yeah.
Slicks.
So we walk right into Slicks and I'm kicking it with Tone. He was like, cool, man, since you down, man, I can just do this and then you can DJ
So this is all you now. I can lay back.
Just do all this. Yeah, man. So actually, the first time I DJed for them it was a Fam Tree show because Tone was DJing a set somewhere and it was me.
Was that the Hot House?
Nah, it wasn't Hot House. It was it was over there by the Blue Note, the spot over there. I can't remember the name of the spot.
By the Blue Note?
I can't remember the name of the spot, man. But it was
Blue Note was off of Milwaukee.
Yeah,
so
it was somewhere
like
over there.
Up T,
Red Dogs.
Red Dog right there, yeah. And Double Door.
Betty's. Blue Star?
Man, I can't remember.
Blue Star, maybe.
I can't remember the name of the spot. I know it was upstairs.
Upstairs. That would have been Red Dog.
It might have been Red
That's
Dog.
Red Dog. That was upstairs.
Yeah.
That was right there on that corner.
Yep.
And you have to go around the back.
Yep. But that was my first show with them. And then from DJing for Daily Planet, I wound up DJing for Al Moss at one time. And then,
it just went from there.
Yeah, they know I did beats too. So, cats, get beat CDs from me, passing out beat CDs to everybody in the crew and all that. So that's how I got down with them. But it was initially through Daily Planet.
That's dope.
Out the gate.
That is dope.
Yep. So when it happened, it was kind of crazy because like Frontline was kind of ending, like everybody was kind of
just wrapping up. Yeah.
Yep. So that's how that.
Those were the days.
Some good times, man. Good times. Went on. I DJ for them. That's when we did the Warp Tour.
Ah, yeah.
I hated it. But I hated that. I didn't like to travel. I didn't like it.
And that's like.
So how y'all was in the car, right?
It was in minivan.
So y'all was at odd hours, uncomfortable.
Man, and like. They used to have us go on right before it was nonfiction was the headline, and we go on right before nonfiction. So
that's interesting.
We would be there all day.
It makes sense though.
We wouldn't go on till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
And then when we get done, we got to drive from Texas to Arizona,
which is a haul.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we drive there, we get there 6-7 hours later to get a hotel room for 5 hours.
Right.
Get there at 4 in the got to check out by 10-11 o'clock.
That's stupid.
Quick nap, shower.
Right.
Be out here all day again, man.
That's the hustle.
That's the grind.
That was it.
I just hated the drive. The show, like some of the shows were kind of suspect, you know what I mean? Because Warped Tour ain't really a hip hop.
Yeah.
Tour is really like, alternative.
Hill or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think that like the big name at the time on there, I think Atmosphere was there for sure because like we would see Slug all the time. Slug always came over and
didn't ICP used to do those?
ICP was doing them too. Yeah. I think Blink 182 was on that year too. was a couple of big names, but I did meet like some real cool dudes. It was this one rock band. I think they were from like Washington, like called the River City Rebels. Real cool dudes. Man, I used to watch them all the time. They was crazy. It was like a No Doubt ska band times 10.
No Doubt
Crazy.
ska band times 10.
Yeah, man. Like they had guys up there playing the horn, and the one dude always every show he was like, "I'm gonna sing and just hold my cock."
What?
The singer name was a dude named Bowser, man. He was crazy.
Bowser.
That was all he was line. I'm gonna sing a song, just hold my cock. And Moses used to go crazy. I'm like, yo, this dude is wild.
That's wild.
I used to watch him all the time, man. All the time. Yeah, man.
You know, earlier you was getting ready to play a song.
Yeah.
What's your take on that album?
What song? Oh, you know what? I like it. I think it could have been better though.
We talking about that P Rock.
P Rock and Common joint. Like
You got the purple joint.
look, man, I had to, man.
I
Like
got-
as
I
soon
got
as
the
it came,
white joint.
again, as soon as when these pre-orders come up, man, I'm on it.
You get the
away.
right, you get the colors.
Like that day I'm on it. But like the songs that are good on there are
They good.
Fortunate.
Fortunate is one of my favorites on there.
Pasta News.
Yeah.
All kind of ideas. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
I wish it could have stayed just
In that
in
range.
that pocket. You know what I'm saying? But I was just happy to see them do the record. Like, you know, how many times do we hear of legends saying they're gonna do a record
And then it never comes out.
never get it?
Like that Daylight
Daylight
Premiere and
Premiere.
P-Rock,
Never got it.
which I'm still waiting for. Pause, come on.
I got to check. Let's see.
Oh yeah, what color you got the milk.
Bomba
You got the milky.
Yeah.
I think I got both though. I think I got the purple and that one.
Now and then joint.
That's another good one.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
But
Fortunate that shop was just so nasty.
Fortunate is the one.
Fortunate is like
If the album was that,
man.
just all that.
That Fortunate, it might be like a top.
I'm not
10
gonna let y'all
project.
shit on comment like this.
Nobody
What you talking about?
What's
No,
happening?
The album is dope.
We're not saying album. We talking about it could have been.
It could have been more. It could have been like classic. It's definitely an enjoyable
That's not
project.
classic material.
Nah, it's not classic material. No.
Well, here's the thing. It's perspective.
I feel like this.
Common at this point in life, this is a classic Common
But
for what he can do
Like,
right now.
Oh, nigga,
Wait.
the toast
Hold up.
down. Nah,
You don't think so?
who I'm talking to.
You don't think so?
You don't
This
like
album
this?
is not as good as Pete Rock and Sky Zoo.
Wait.
Hey,
Yeah.
you might want to sit down.
With the legs crossed.
That Retropolitan, that's some of Pete Rock's best.
Wait.
Well, but what about
We
Sky Zoo
talking the
too?
package.
We talking about P-Rock and
talking the package.
That's some of Sky Zoo's best.
well, I wouldn't know.
Yo,
I'm already sitting down.
y'all bugging, man.
I wouldn't know.
That's
So I'm
Sky
gonna leave it
Zoo
at that
record?
one. I'm out of that one.
Man, listen. Hey,
He said he tapped out, starts
Yeah.
Don't you retreat.
I don't know. No, because I don't know Sky Zoo catalog. I don't listen to Sky Zoo.
hold on.
I don't listen to Sky
Hold
Zoo.
on.
Hey, dude.
Hold on.
We're not
Hold on.
going.
Play it on the
We're not
joint.
going to do these.
Play it on the loud.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah, go up there and
Go
play
up.
some
Guys,
records.
Yeah.
Let me see if
You got the record in the crate.
I think it is because I was supposed to DJ at
It ain't
Tone
better
Spot.
than Donny Hathaway live on Atco. And then 1972 and these
Nah,
do I-
but see,
I got some other qualms with you about your classic selection.
you mean like Kendrick?
Yeah, like Kendrick, motherfucker.
Hold on.
Now we
hold on
here.
now.
Now we face to face.
Oh, it's happening. It ain't better than
Hey, you know
Foster
what?
Still
I do got
Ooh.
I do got
It ain't better than
Sky Zoo
Simtek and Wiley.
Wait, you got the record?
Retropolitan. Hold
And it's
on.
orange.
Yeah,
I like the
pick your
color.
top joint.
I like
Well,
the
that
color.
was- that was the New
That's not a
York
problem.
Yeah, pick your top
Hold on,
joint.
That's not a
The
problem
Knicks
at all.
colors.
Hold on, brother.
Yeah, I like that.
Hold on, because
Oh,
y'all
this shit. Wait a minute.
people sleep on
Hey,
this
but
record.
don't sleep
Yeah.
on this. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, put that. Keep that.
Yeah, whoa. You might
Foster
wanna-
Silvers.
Yeah.
This dude, man.
Change all them emotions.
So
over
many
there.
shits going on in here.
Take
Hold
all
on,
them
let me-
emotions out.
Hey, this is Minecraft in here. You digging and you mining and you finding
You know what?
diamonds.
Shout out to the twins.
What's
you know what I'm
that?
saying? I ain't seen the twins in a long time. This is a Daily Planet record.
Yeah, I ain't seen
I
it.
know you can't see it on camera, but
You might be. Hold on.
big up to the bread.
Well, you can.
This is a top.
It's dark.
It's a little.
Top Pete Rock joint right here.
All right, let's go.
Wait, we talking about the package. We're not talking about just only the beats.
Okay, let's I gotta hear him.
This one go out to you. And you, and you, and you. And you too, right? Yeah.
Okay.
This one go out to every dollar I saw in one of the summer subs. You car bill or winter, hit bet the summer's yours. From where the dialect is the duffel bag that you gunning for. And if they handed you one and they scratch the numbers off, I'm off a different page, but I'm still away that you love me for. Love it or leave it, I come from seeing that no one ain't nothing breathing can grow up the
Ain't nobody fronting on him. But we talking about the overall.
Nah, this ain't.
14 here and there, all we need is to get a curve. Shorties used to turn out the Henny and let the kitties burn. Crown draped over my dome before I could get a word. Hey, since they drove down my block, carrying Biggie urn. From up the block, across the street by the store, where my man was put in position, told him peep out the door. One closed, another open. Until I cut the token.
I ain't never put this guy do over Cosmo.
It's all good, it's all good. Then my people's on the curve, that's getting to it.
I ain't never put this guy do over
It's all good.
This is decent.
That was the joint.
But I can't put that above
That
even.
intro was better. The first
I can't
record,
even put that above Fortunate.
Hold on.
that first record on there is pretty dope.
I got another one. Hold on.
I love for that. Word to it. The word to fresh.
That beat sound hard.
This rap.
Don't scratch your record. The pressure is.
So got it like that.
He's trying to find it. He's trying to find it. I do like this. I do like this.
Okay. Word to with the shoulders. Word to with
This
duffel
the
bag.
first song,
Word to
right?
how you know us. Word to the love for that. Word to with the shoulders. Word to with duffel bag. Word to how you know us. Word to the love for that. Word to it. The word to define the odds.
Oh, that beat is nasty though.
Signs are colliding with God. For the crowd gathering around to see how to survive. Okay. We got it like y'all got it now. We got it forever. If time
You
is
put
yours.
Common on them same beats.
It's okay.
You put Common on them same beats, and it's classics.
Okay,
That's
that's
all
what
I'm
you
saying.
said.
Oh, so okay. I see.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
That's all
I
I'm saying.
dig you. I see you.
No.
Because that's what Common did not have.
But
He
listen,
did not have no meat and potatoes on that album.
but listen, the genius of what Skyzoo did with this record, all of these are Pete Rock beats from the 90s. He said, Pete, get the floppies.
Really, that
I
makes
want the
sense.
new joints.
I don't want no new shit.
That makes
Floppies.
sense.
Floppies.
Yeah, get
Give me
the
them joints.
That makes sense.
floppies. I would go for the floppies too.
Come on, man.
would
I
go for
want
the
everybody flop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the floppies.
Your new
Yeah.
shit, you know too much.
Yeah.
I want to know where you
Where
was
you
still
was raw,
discovering.
Right.
And there's a lot of space and a lot of
Still
air.
learning.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
the common rhyming, nah, he ain't fell off at all. It's not that he ain't met his peak, but the
It
production.
kind of sound like it on his album. I ain't gonna
And
front
even-
on that.
And even the Pete Rock record, one of the best songs ain't a Pete Rock beat.
Wait. Hold up. Let's go back to the credits. Let's go back to the
Go
credits.
to the credits.
I got the credits.
Go to the
Wait,
credits.
wait. Hold up. What song we talking about here?
When the Sun Shines Again.
Oh, I knew that. I did know that. Yeah,
Who was that?
I did know that.
Twommy.
Yeah, I knew that.
It says co-produced by Pete Rock. No, that's a Twommy beat. There's a beat tape out already with that beat.
It shouldn't have been on there.
No knock. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man.
No, it should have been on.
And I know
It shouldn't have been on there.
Pete got them joints.
You didn't work this blood pressure up.
Well, no, we gotta keep going because next is Kendrick.
Man, listen.
Okay.
Pimp a
So,
Butterfly.
but hold on, no, let's put context into this.
Bring
Okay.
it up.
So we were talking about there's proof, and we were talking about a real classic album
Yeah.
that ain't out yet.
Yeah.
That ain't out yet.
Ain't
what
out
was
yet.
that? I missed this conversation.
No, you was right here.
Okay.
Yeah, this when we was doing one. I think I forgot who
We
was gonna be
doing
the guest,
test. We
but
was
he
doing-
called in.
Yeah.
No, it was no guess.
Yeah, we were, but it was just us that day?
testing. Yeah, we
Shot.
were testing.
So yeah, so you call in, and so we talk. You was bigging up Ty for the classic album,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and we digging in. Then for some reason, I don't know how we got onto other classics, or you mentioned
Because I was listening to one of the one of the podcasts, and I think it was around the time when the Kendrick and the Drake stuff was happening.
Yeah.
And you said something about Kendrick ain't got no classics or something. I'm like, nah. That motherfucker got a masterpiece.
So for you, the classic album is what?
To Pimp a
A
Butterfly.
Now
Not classic. Masterpiece.
So
Yeah, right. That's what it is.
Motherfucking masterpiece.
So now, To Pimp a Butterfly as a produced album, that is hands down, that's phenomenal.
Flawless.
That is a phenomenal album.
So now you're measuring the lyrics?
See, now we gonna get into
The rhymes.
no.
No, I'm trying to see where you're going.
So production and quality of and curation
Awesome.
is bananas.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Now Kendrick is another. To me, when you get into Kendrick from a bar perspective, we got to go back to Section 80 shit for like when
I love Section 8.
That to me is his
I
classic.
do too.
That's a classic.
I like Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City is there too.
That's another classic. He has 3 classics.
But then those other albums after that, to me, aren't classic because Kendrick ain't doing that no more.
Nah.
It's like a different. His bars went different.
Damn is not classic. Mr. Morales isn't classic. His last one isn't classic.
Nah,
Good records. They're solid albums.
they're albums, yes.
But like for me, it's like after To Pimp a Butterfly, I was like, that's probably the peak. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably musically is probably not going to get back there unless he brings these same people back, which that never happens. Like once people
The synergy of where he was when he did those songs and everything. That's not
like Dr. Dre.
Like an Illmatic will never happen.
It won't just because he's not gonna get them people back in the room.
Right.
Dre is not gonna get Daz and all them in the room together like that no more.
For a Chronic.
It's just it's not gonna happen. So I always say, that's the peak, but that's a peak that a lot of people want to reach. Like hip hop guys, if you look at hip hop, how many people have more than 2 classics?
You know what? Speaking of more than 2
How
classics,
many have one?
Redman is the only restored my faith in somebody doing a part 2 to an album. Because I had zero confidence in people doing part 2s. I didn't like Cuban Links 2 like that, like the way I like part 1.
Nah, but
It's like,
He had some bangers on it.
but it wasn't. It wasn't.
part 1.
He had, you know what about Cuban Links 2 was? Is that Kenny Keys had played me all these damn Dilla beats on the tape. And this was years ago. And I was like, dude, I could hear Ghostface and Raekwon on these beats nasty.
Yeah.
And then down the line that happened. So that's always a special spot for me.
Yeah.
How is Muddy Waters 2 a continuation, in your opinion, of the first one?
It's
Because
not.
when you say it's a 2,
It's not.
it
But
could
it's a
be
good
named
album.
anything.
It held its
So
own.
the question is, how do you feel about that whole sequel of albums?
I
Supreme
don't.
Clientele 2 is coming out off Mass Appeal.
And
It's coming out. Matter of fact,
I'm not excited about that.
coming.
That's a classic to me.
I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not
Clientele
looking-
is
Really?
I don't want it to be called Supreme Clientele 2 because I'm going to be measuring it by Supreme Clientele.
and for me,
And I don't think he can do
So
that.
do you think Muddy Waters 2 measure up to Muddy Waters?
I think Muddy Waters 2 measures up to it in terms of where Redman is now. I don't think he should have called it Muddy Waters 2, but I understand why he did.
I love that album. I think it's really dope, but I don't like sequels. I don't
Nah.
think
Yeah, that's
they
what I'm
measure
saying.
up to Muddy Waters.
It's not,
Say-
there's nothing Muddy Waters about it in terms of content.
Right.
content musically,
It's a totally different album.
He could have called it the new Redman.
Why you don't
Yeah.
like sequels?
Well,
Because I don't like
well,
album
here's a question.
sequels.
Are there any sequels?
I don't like album sequels. What the fuck? You did Cuban Links 2 in what year? 93, 94? And then 15 years down
No,
the line?
you mean Cuban Links 1.
See, but
Cuban Links 1. I mean,
but the problem with Cuban Links 2, he worked on that for so long.
He worked too long.
There's a version of that.
They had lightning
I
in the
gotta
bottle
beat on there.
A raw
True,
version,
you know what I'm
right?
saying? So, yeah,
True,
you know what I'm saying? So
true.
there's the Dr.
He
Dre
overcooked
version.
it.
Yeah, there's the Dr. Dre version.
That shit came out burnt.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
the Dr. Dre version?
Yeah,
Aftermath, that's what's supposed to come out on.
that's wood. He's
Slow down.
wood.
Time out, T-Mark. When was Raekwon signed to Aftermath?
Yes.
2000.
Raekwon, Busta, all them dudes been through there.
I know Busta. He had put out an
Rakim,
album.
everybody.
2007.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do at that time. I felt like he was
that's
Thanos
when
trying to
Rakim
collect
and
all the
everybody-
stones.
Nah, I think they was breaking off from the RZA and they was trying to find their own identity. That's all.
No, well, they was already doing that.
And was there any
Like-
successes? I mean,
Yeah, but
Raekwon only like
No, Raekwon didn't really have any successes after that.
after the Cuban Links, Mobilarity.
we have a
Popularity,
hardcore
like,
discussion
yeah.
about
Lex-
hip hop.
Lex Diamond Story. People don't even mention that album.
Nah.
Like, Cuban Links 2 was, I felt like it was a solid album.
It was,
I
but
like
it,
the album,
it
like
shouldn't
I
have been
said,
called
solid.
Cuban Links 2.
He could have called it
Then what
anything
about
else.
Shaolin versus Wu-Tang?
It was a solid effort.
What about what's the one on the Animal? What's it called?
Nah.
Well, after Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang, everything,
Yeah, I
like,
kinda
it's just a
tapped
couple of songs here and there, but like as a full album, not for me. This ain't for me.
But he's got something new cooking, so I'm waiting for that. Not Soul Calibur 2.
I was like, what?
Supreme Clientele 2.
See, and my problem with Supreme Clientele 2, and not that
We haven't heard it yet.
but I know there's always been rumor that Lord Superb was writing a lot for Ghost.
What?
You never heard about that?
I did, but
I ain't never believed
No,
it.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe, but I do believe that Lord Superb and American Cream Team energy around Ghost got him like that. You know what I mean? Like the way he was rhyming. Like I think him being around him, it was
There's
refreshing.
no album that could rhymes on that structure. Yeah,
No,
dude.
no,
Like
but-
Ghostface
And
was.
that's what I'm saying. Like when you part two.
So wait a minute, maybe you got some truth to it because now they're asking him, "Hey, Ghost, what's the meaning of these verses?" He's like,
He don't know.
I mean, I know I have meaning in them verses, and that's weird that he don't
Yeah.
have meaning in them verses.
Like he pretty much said, I was just
writing.
words.
Yeah.
Like none of that shit makes sense. I'm just rhyming words.
But that's also how Redman
tapped
talked about
into a
There's a
new
Dark
chapter,
Side. That's exactly how Redman talked
He
about
said
they.
he was fucked up though.
Yeah, and I think Ghost was fucked up
Ghost
too.
was fucked up on the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
I think well, he was emotionally fucked up.
He admitted that.
He was
one, so,
emotionally fucked
you
up on
know,
the first.
Yeah.
On the second, I think that he was high of life
Yeah.
and other things.
But again, with the second one, with the people you have around you helping you create these projects,
Yeah.
if they're not with you at the time when you're creating
It's the
whatever else,
synergy of it.
it's not going to be the same as the first. It just ain't. So don't even call it. The one thing with Cuban Links, it was the same people around. You got Ghost on like 8 or 9 songs,
And they was hungry because
Yeah.
they had something to prove at
Yeah.
that point.
And the one thing I like about Cuban Links too, I'm glad Ray got back to rhyming over these type of beats.
Well, that's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I can hear that
Ghost.
shit playing in my head
like-
right now.
What?
The joint with RZA, the reverse beat.
Stroke of Death.
Yeah.
I'm
Resident
out.
Solomon Childs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's on Clientele.
Yeah, Spring Clientele.
I hate that record.
What?
Really?
I never liked it.
You didn't like what?
I love that.
I mean, it's a little weird, but it was.
Forever I and the Kid,
Yeah.
89.
Matter of fact, I'm done with this CD. I listen to all the good shit to this song. When I hear that, unless I want to hear the last record or something, it's time to cut that shit off. Like, all right, we good. I heard all the good shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that. I love that one.
did Dre do a sequel album?
No.
He did a Chronic 2.
2000.
He did do
But
it.
the
But it was-
thing with
it's
Chronic
not a real
2000,
one.
he got a new producer with Mailman,
Right.
helping him do a lot, but also he got them people around him.
The same people was on it. Yeah,
It's some
RBX,
Corrupt,
everybody.
Corrupt.
Corrupt is there.
RBX,
Snoop
yeah.
is there.
Yeah.
You got Eminem helping
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
DOC is right.
Exhibit.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was
You know what
all
I'm
there.
So it's different, man. Like if you got them same, and that's with any artist, man. Like that's why, like when you talking about like Michael Jackson with Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad.
He was gonna do Thriller 2.
You know what I'm saying? It's like with those 3 albums, like what's the common denominators? Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is there for all them records. Quincy Jones is bringing them same people. This,
Right.
the
Yeah.
Rod Tippeters, the Greg Filling gangs, they're all still there. So if you got
Right.
them same people, the energy is gonna be there, man. You can do a part 2 of it, but
Would you call it 2 though? I don't like just
But you understand why they're doing
I
it though.
understand it's a psyche and a mental thing, and you want that energy.
But in other genres, they do like sequels. They do like, I guess like Chicago. Chicago did how many different albums? 5, 6, 7?
Yeah, Chicago do that.
They do them sequels,
Yeah,
and
yeah, Chicago did.
and it was dope. Like
Even Bob James' first four albums is 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's
Yeah.
when you learn. That's when you learn you ain't really like Bob James,
Why?
dude.
Because you could.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
Listen.
he's disrespectful as fuck.
Because that's when you saw the chinks in the armor.
yeah, because it was too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
What do
It's
you
too
mean?
much.
Because this hands down, this ain't in the 4. I think on that
nah.
side,
Nah, that's not.
That's what album is that?
this
Is that
called
one-on-one?
This hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down, yeah.
This dope.
It's a couple of joints from there. But again,
Touchdown.
the damn musicians. Let me see who all he got playing on here. 'Cause he kept the same guys.
He had
Gary
the same
King was there.
personnel most of the time.
Gary King, Steve Kahn. Yeah.
I just had Bob James out over
Patty
here the other
Austin.
day.
Luther Vandross is even on here.
No, that's a dope record.
Yeah. Yeah, it's joints on here.
Hey, speaking of purple tapes, you know Slick Rick's he released a purple tape. His vinyl is purple for this album.
So you think that's
I mean, it's
a
just
violation?
I don't know. I'm tricky on that one because the purple tape is very defined and very specific, and I felt like nobody should be doing purple after that.
That's always a fun one.
Holla at now.
Oh, with Roy, yes.
Always a fun one.
Rest in peace to the legend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
What is that record you got?
Roy
Roy
James
Ayers,
Runaway,
Runaway.
12-inch version.
The long one.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Run
with Slick,
12 minutes long.
is it a pass just for nostalgia's sake?
I think it could be, but I don't know if he presented it that way for it to be that. And I think when you fully aware of that legacy,
and it's in its prime anniversary time. too.
yeah, and you do a purple tape is weird to me.
Anything that's purple,
Defines
everybody
back to Cuban
assumes
links.
it goes back to Cuban links.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird to me that he
That
did
was
that.
special, man.
Even though him and Ray got this relationship because they both the storytellers,
Yeah.
it ain't that type of storytelling.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He don't like the album.
What?
The Slick Rick album?
I don't like that.
No, he don't like it.
Did you like the documentary? The visuals?
It's all right.
Really?
What's name did he directed that, right?
Yeah.
Idris Elba?
Yeah, that's what they said.
No, he did not direct.
He didn't direct it. What did he
was a
do?
part
He
of
did some
the-
production of the music.
On the
Okay.
I thought he did like he was curating the whole thing.
That's what I thought.
No.
Yeah, man.
No, he didn't not direct.
Shout out to Slick Rick though, but I mean, man, nothing that.
So you feel like it's not a good start? They're not off to a good start with
Hell
these
no.
albums.
Nope.
Mm.
Nope. Jinx.
So Ghost is next though, and that's next week, right?
Ghost is
Yeah.
coming up next
The
week.
one album I
Supreme
think is going to be
Clientele.
right. The Mobb Deep record, I think.
I'm nervous about that, and let
I
me
think
tell
I'm-
you why. I don't like posthumous albums either,
Yeah.
because they always pick the wrong beat for the rap. Because it ain't like he writing it to the.
We got Alchemist and Havoc
Havoc.
though.
But it's
they
still-
love
Right.
Prodigy.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. I'm sure
I
that
don't
they love
think they
Guru
gonna-
when they did the Gangsta.
No,
posthumous
they
album.
didn't. No, they
You don't
didn't.
think Premier loved Guru?
Premier was
I
a
don't
little
think
bit.
everybody on there showed how much they love.
That's
Guru.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Some of them bars was suspect.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, I don't like posthumous album. I don't like nobody's posthumous
But, you know,
album.
the song, again, the song
bet
that
you
I good on
Alchemist
there are
have a
good.
whole
Like,
Prodigy
that song with
album.
Q-Tip is bananas, man.
What song?
On that Gangstar record.
Gangsta record.
The song with
But
Q-Tip
that's because of
is
Q-Tip.
bananas.
See what I'm saying?
Who made the beat?
Premier,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a Premier album.
Yeah.
It's a Gangstar album. It's just, I think that Guru would not have rapped the bars that were pre-recorded for those songs.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Guru don't never get enough credit.
at all.
No, he was cold.
But the thing that I did like about it, I hated that when he died, the way it went down with
With Solar and
the other
shit.
dude,
Mhm.
and how
That
he,
tainted the
He
legacy.
tainted his
yeah,
legacy.
the way he really tried, like he tried extra
He's
hard.
still suing. He's suing for the name now.
Really?
Yeah.
Which name is he suing for?
For the Gangstar name.
Solar is?
Yeah.
Axelrod.
Two Trump cards.
Damn.
Come
What's
on,
that, the
man.
J-Lib joint? Where the cover?
We don't care about no colors. We don't need no hooks.
I'm telling you, you know he don't have, listen, he the only person I know that collect records that is so fucking reckless.
Well, see, I don't collect records. I just have, no, like
I don't even,
I don't consider myself a collector.
you using them. These are tools, resources. I don't know.
They tools.
Yeah. So like your tools, he throw them in the back of the truck.
See?
Yeah.
He don't even worry about it.
That's my
Girl
girl
Gladys.
Ah!
Is that a Gladys?
Oh, did you
Oh, that hurt. Oh.
Let me see that.
That made my heart hurt.
That's not Gladys.
That made my heart hurt. Oh my goodness. I felt that. I felt that.
Wait, it was already finna crack.
No.
I know it's some joints on here, man.
That's so
You
painful.
gonna remember that sound for the
Yeah,
rest of your life.
that shit fucked me up. That's like for some people, chalkboard sound. Like that shit is like, why'd you do it?
That wasn't intentional. It just happened.
You know what I'm saying? Reckless.
That's how you know you got too many records. You can just break
You
a
can
record.
just break a record.
Because he know he got
I got
another one.
another one.
See? He know he got another one somewhere.
That's that Hall of Notes.
Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
You gotta,
He got the eye. He got the eye.
Because you know that label.
Yeah.
Well, how you see that?
I saw the label.
You saw the
Oh.
label.
One of my favorite records, man.
Hey, you know what? You know what?
Yeah.
I gotta shout Fifth out because I'm trying to think. I probably mess it up. It's like one label you would put me on. I knew the record.
CTI?
Man, Fifth had
Yo.
me buying every record on CTI.
yeah.
What's CTI?
Creed Taylor International. Well, Creed Taylor International, but that's the label where Bob James 1 was on.
Ah.
That's the label that
He had me buying everything.
back then it was CTI and Blue Note. Blue Note was like
Well,
the
I sleep
more
on Cadet though.
that's another one. But that's the R&B version of CTI,
Right.
pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But Blue Note was the more sophisticated.
Yeah.
CTI was like
So it's like
Damn.
But you,
It's like
the other
Motown and
one,
Stax.
Remember?
yeah.
In the city.
Grover Washington. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the other label?
That's Grover, arranged by Bob James.
Damn.
No, I'm talking about the label.
Oh, I think you're talking about the album.
It was IC in the city. They got fucking heat.
I gotta look that up.
Heat. Y'all can
I'm about to
fact
check
check
that.
me. This
I'm about
ain't
to check
fake
that.
news,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
telling you,
And also,
everything from '78 was dope.
Emmett from Outer Limits, when he started, because he's like the records I used to get, he would call me from the record store, like, yeah, man, get whatever you see CTI. Suicide Prevention from Outer Limits came from a CTI record. Grover Washington, so-called masterpiece.
Oh shit.
So like when I first heard it, I was like, that's CTI.
So he
right?
put you on CTI and you put me on CTI.
No, I put him on.
Okay.
No.
So he the source. Yeah.
You the plug.
You the plug.
I was a
CTI
lot of
plug.
cats like, yo, you see that CTI label? I guarantee it's something
You
on
put a lot of cats on a lot of shit, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Again, I just want my credit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Credit
But-
where it's due.
But
Get your credit here.
you know what I mean? But I think in my case, the reason why I probably don't I'm not out there like that. Like, I'm not looking for attention. I'm not saying, hey, me, I'm here, look at me. Some people like the fanfare. You know what I'm
You the
saying?
fabric though.
I like
stitching.
you know,
Yeah, see the stitching ain't seen, but it's very,
man.
very, very necessary.
Yeah,
For me, I like to come in and just sit in the back.
You be weaving it all together.
Yeah,
But you
man.
know, for cats that's still carrying torches, you know, they do make sure. Like, you know, if I'm doing something, you know, I
Indeed.
always have you on.
Indeed.
On purpose, just
Indeed.
to make sure you just getting a chip. You and Kenny.
You and Kenny.
Kenny.
Y'all,
There you go.
y'all did
And-
rule. Y'all,
Yeah, and
Y'all ain't got to do nothing.
Yeah.
Kenny Keys to me,
I
like,
like Memphis Bleak.
that's
I ain't got to worry about that.
that's the of all of us. Kenny Keys is the Yoda. Like what
Yeah.
Kenny Keys does musically, man. Like that's stuff that I would get from him. I just listen to it like, man, this guy is so good,
Mhm.
man.
Mhm.
Like him and Tall Black Guy. Tall Black Guy is definitely a disciple coming from under Kenny Keys.
Mhm.
I can see
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Mhm.
But it's like what those brothers do, man. That's why I buy all the music. And shout out Tall Black Guy, man. You know, I mean, just the stuff that they do, man. I really enjoy what they do, man. When I hear their stuff, man, it warms my soul. It
That's
really does, man. Like they make just some incredible music, man. From what Rail is doing with Zoe.
Mhm.
I know Kenny, he got this joint with the sister named Sierra. Can't remember her last name, but just phenomenal joint. And it came through a connect with him and Jay Keller from Blended Babies, man.
Mhm.
But it's just, and even like the album that he did with Jay Keller, that Corinthian Cadillac record.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, it's like that's why, you know, I try to make, like when I was doing the podcast, I try to play that stuff all the time. It's
Right.
like, yo, this is what y'all need to listen
But
to.
that's what I'm saying. Your platform was built for that.
It was a
and
purpose
I
to it.
think it has a great purpose.
But then also it takes time. Like you listen to them shows, I don't play the same song 2 shows.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
But
like
it's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
But-
do it in your own
You
time.
don't do a podcast every damn week. Anymore.
Do it on your own.
Anymore.
Right.
But then also, I feel like a responsibility to be consistent with dropping it too, just because of people's attention spans these days too.
Saturday night's main event.
Yep.
That's true. It's like once every other.
It was whenever they felt like it.
Like every 4 or 5
But you know
months.
what though? You was listen. I know you on break. You in your sabbatical. But listen,
he
you
been
don't
pulled out.
understand how much therapy and heat you was releasing on them joints.
Yeah.
I would hit you up like, dude,
You started conversations low key. We was calling each other. It's like,
you
yo,
put me up on heat.
like, Fit played the joint.
Mhm.
I didn't even hear this shit. Like, you had a whole Rashid Hadid set one time.
Yeah.
You had a Kenny Keys set one time.
Tall
You
black
had a
guy.
Tall Black Guy
That's
set one
crazy.
time. You had a Taiwan Davis set one time.
All right,
Yeah.
I made the cut.
Yeah.
It's the first one I did, and
Was here.
and
I even popped up on the live.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
You know, I ain't never popping up.
When,
He pulled up.
when I first started doing those live, of course, it was around the pandemic, and
Right.
my guy brother, he was like, man, I know you're gonna do something live, because I told my wife, I said it's gonna be an influx of DJs just doing shit live.
And you was
Everybody's
right.
at home.
You
I
was
said, I knew
right.
it. I said, and she was like, well, you gonna do something? I said, well, if I do, it got to be different. And I kept trying to figure out. I said, I'm just gonna pay homage to people who I really musically adore, who I'm really into. And the first person I thought of when I said, I'm doing Taiwan first,
That's
just
heavy.
because like
Respect.
what Ty, like, and granted, my start with him is starting rough.
It was fun.
You know,
But
but
it was dope.
like Taiwan's another. He's always included me. Like, for instance, on the Situation Renaissance album, I got a joint on there.
Which one?
Unfortunately,
Which one is yours?
it's a song called "Let It Go." It wasn't. Unfortunately, the powers that be. I'm not gonna say no names, but
The original.
I'll say their fucking names.
Okay.
They don't want
they
my man's on the album.
They could, and it's
They
one
was
of
pussy.
the best songs. I don't care, man. I wish I had the original version of that "Let It Go" song. I wound up giving the beat to Speak Her. They used it for that album, but it was one of the better songs on there. I'm like,
Okay.
yo, how come this didn't make the cut?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I
But
had the full grandmama clap on there.
man, and like that was one of the first beats I used, when I made that class. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But Taiwan has always looked out for me, man. But not even that. Taiwan's another one where every project that he drops, it's a thing behind it, it's a meaning behind it, it's something that he lives, it's something that he's about. You can hear the natural, the realness of what he is doing on these songs, man. Like, the Situation Renaissance album is crazy. When he was doing the Linebackers joint with Cos, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, every album that he has, there's songs I'm like, man, why aren't people hearing what I don't understand? Like,
Why they don't hear what you hear?
You don't hear this greatness. To me, hearing, I feel like a kid who's just coming into hip hop, hearing, if they heard which album, the Skywriters album, I'm like, yo, that's like me hearing Low End Theory for the
That
first
shit's
time.
insane, yeah.
You know what I'm
Lost your
saying?
mind on that beat though.
You know what I mean? Like,
24 terabytes.
man, like that's I'm like, yo, you are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not because I'm on the albums, like, you listen to everything else. The songs that I didn't even do are some of my favorite joints on there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the Kenny joints. Of course, the Tall Black joints. The joints he does himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The busking, like, come on, man. Like, it's just some phenomenal work, man. And his word, how he rhymes, the cadences he uses, the pockets that he's in. It's like, come on, man.
He is always in the pocket. isn't he?
Always.
Yeah, automatically. He starts in the
Never out
pocket.
Hey,
He's
don't
just
come
so
out the
neat.
pocket.
That's his name. He the pocket.
Don't come out the pocket.
Black Bruce.
You know what I mean? And then, the album that he did with Rashid Hadid is, like, outside of, like, the Fillmore stuff, that's some of Hadid's best work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
He's
Yeah.
on there, like,
Yeah, I
the-
agree.
the-
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember on the live, I played the first joint from the album. I played like 4 or 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm starting this
So
over.
the Still Here joint.
Yeah, I said, yo, bring it back. I
That's
said, yo, we gotta
Because it
start this
come in
again.
so
Still
hard.
Here
Yeah,
is
man.
my
That
shit
favorite
is crazy.
Taiwan Davis record
Czar-
song ever.
Czar called me after that. He was like, yo, I never heard that time when you kept playing. I said,
Yeah.
man, Ty got joints.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Ty got
Baby
joints.
Axelrod that I just handed you. What I think that's what I used for the intro.
Nah, that came from that wasn't that
That was the
album.
auction.
That was the auction.
That was the
Yeah.
auction. Right.
That came from what album is
That
that?
was Galt.
pop.
No. That was actually right.
I'm about to look it up, man. Let me look at it because I don't want to miss.
But it was the auction.
Yeah.
I remember now because Haji used silvers, and I used the auction at the front.
Let me see.
All them stitches, boy. Fabric.
Is it songs of no, it's not songs of innocence.
Just let it trail off.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Flies on the wall.
Yep.
Is it that?
We had the statute of limitations.
No, yeah, then you can stop there.
No, it's all good. Listen, I don't care. I ain't tripping.
I don't care. You wanted me banned and kicked out.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
like Top One is one of them dudes. Like when I was doing them lives, I wanted to make sure I do Ty. The Kenny Keys one, it was without a doubt. I got a part 2 Kenny Keys ready. Like when Kenny had dropped the beat tape a few months ago, I said, "Yo, we're gonna do part 2." You know what I'm saying? Like I got a part 2 folder ready. Hadi, I had it. Hadi
Sound like the Mount Rushmore right there.
Come on, Rashid Hadi, man, is rhyming. He's to me Chicago the best producer rhyming by far. Like it's not even a close.
I'm a threat.
Nah,
He a threat.
well, and Taiwan to me is MC first.
I will agree.
The one thing you do.
I agree.
The one thing I don't like doing.
Right. The one thing you don't want to be is the one thing he best at.
I would
MC
too.
first and then produce it.
Rashid Hadi has a very particular twang and cadence.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
And that's what adds
Because
the
it's a
flavor
blend of
to it.
Chicago and the Mississippi dance.
It's a nice flavor.
And there's a very
West
good
Side,
bounce.
too. It's also West Side.
I have.
Yeah.
How many cats have had that full duality of South Side, West Side?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He got it.
Because he out west.
Yeah.
But then when he was out south, y'all know where he was at.
He's south.
Yeah.
So he got the full.
On the 9.
He was living.
Oh, we don't talk about things.
Yeah.
It don't matter, man. We on 9. Ironheart.
Right.
Chicago and the MCU, so 74 was in.
It's all canon now. It's all canon.
For those guys, it was important to do them. The tall black guy, Bus Crates, Jay Slick. Jay Slick is another one, man, that slept on, man.
Man, that's my man.
Producer?
Shout out to Jay Slick.
Come on, man. Ridiculous.
That's what did the boppers.
And even like when I was still doing those, I had other people. I was going to do a Kev Brown one.
I remember Kev Brown.
Yeah, but
The Brown.
I was gonna do Kev Brown. I hollered at Knots. I was gonna do a Knots one.
You should still do the Knots.
It was
Still do both of them.
It was somebody else I had.
Ken Starr just dropped some shit.
Somebody else I
Kev
had
Brown and
lined
who?
up, man.
Ken Starr.
Oh, I ain't know
They
that.
just dropped some shit.
Kev Brown still.
Crisis. I was gonna do Crisis too.
And you
Do all
should.
3 of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, but see, the problem with me doing it, man.
No.
No
Listen,
excuses. Excuses are useless.
Whenever I pop up online, the main check in, man.
But they will.
Wait, see, and this
You
is
don't
the
do
thing.
it for that
All right,
reason.
so we on camera. You know how long we've been doing this shit?
But what y'all do is excellent, though. It
What?
is. It really is. Like what y'all do.
Wait. So what about what you do?
Recognize real.
Man,
Come on
you
now.
talking about y'all, man. Like what y'all do.
See how you did that? See how
I
you
want
did
to talk. I want to hear what you got to say.
and granted, and I thank y'all for having me because y'all done had some legends here. Pugs, I love.
Nigga, you a legend.
Man,
Yeah, you are a legend.
I'm just a music connoisseur.
Stop it.
I don't even want to look at myself.
Oh my gosh.
I love your humility. I appreciate it.
That's how you say I'm so
music,
great
man.
without saying I'm
Yeah,
so great.
exactly.
Just- Because, like, you know, I mean, I don't feel like, you know,
I'm just doing me.
yeah, I'm just a music connoisseur. I love music, man. I love being around cats that I enjoy being around, man.
But you know what? A
And-
lot of cats would have lost their footing in this thing had you not come across their path.
Ooh.
Straight up.
Oh.
I'm just a music
He
connoisseur.
know that.
Oh. You an anchor bean. He's an anchor bean.
He's an anchor bean.
He's an anchor bean.
He's an
Yeah,
anchor
go.
bean of Chicago hip hop. But you know, he got a big slice of humble pie. Let him enjoy that. You
Yeah.
know?
It's a big slice.
But on the real, like with what y'all do, like I see a lot of cats on TikTok doing comic stuff, whatever. To me, y'all were the first. You know what I'm saying? Before I
Yeah.
started seeing a lot of these other cats, like even
And
to
the
the point where, you know, I told my wife, I wish she could have got y'all more doing more schools, but she moved up to another position and she could even organize
No,
that
that's
stuff
all.
because she's like in charge of my wife is in charge of like schools getting Title I programs for their schools. So like she's like big administrator.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she's not really doing like the grassroots stuff in the classes with the kids anymore.
Okay.
You know
No,
what
it's
I'm
all
saying?
good.
Yeah.
So
We love the kids nonetheless.
but
Yeah.
like that's why I'm like, yo, I told
nerve
you, yo,
for
you
the
need to get these guys because this is what kids need to see. I said the kids who want to get into animation or learn about comics. I said these guys probably didn't like reading books, but they read comics.
Right.
That's how it starts.
The terminology they use in comics, that's not for the faint.
Nah.
That's not for the weak. You gotta. Magneto was not talking in regular terms.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Fucking
Thanos and Doom.
They're not just saying, I don't like Captain America.
You
I'm
got
going
me
to kill
fucked
him."
up, Cap. What?
This man's coming out. I must organize to defeat the Cyclops of the Earth. And man,
Yeah,
I'm about to tell you how it does it.
Right.
yeah, man. So like you know, and especially for young black kids to see us being cool with it.
intelligent.
You know what I'm saying? Like they need to see that
And enjoying these things.
That's it, man. So,
Yeah, I agree.
Like, what y'all do, I think is so important because it's gonna help a whole nother generation.
Right.
And I think it's really gonna, you know, somebody young is gonna grab onto it and it's gonna click with them and they're gonna just like, you know, how we pass it on to our friends, they're gonna do the same thing with theirs.
That's what this is about.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly
So,
it.
we do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But nah, I'm just
So they need a show that can remind them to read the credits too, though.
indeed.
Yeah.
You know
Sade, read the credits.
Read
That's
the
a
fucking
new,
credits.
there's a
That's
new
it.
volume for you.
Yeah.
Read the credits.
Hey, I don't know, Fifth.
Oh
I
man.
think the cabinet is spoken.
Yeah, this the
Hey,
gavel's
nigga.
falling.
You got to
The
do it.
decree.
You got
Fly
to do it.
nerd.
Read the credits.
Fly
joint.
nerd
You
brain,
gotta
brother.
do it, read
Yep.
the credits.
We'll see.
Gotta do it.
We don't just be throwing this shit out.
Nah, this is Jules.
I know. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I like that. Read the credits.
Yeah, that shit's ill.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to read them shits.